Better yet, you missed it. Where to go? I'm Cliff.
What's up, everybody? It's Cliff. Welcome to Adventures
I can't tell
in
the
Amethil.
difference.
It's gonna be so hard. It's good that we're on opposite ends of the layout because it might get confusing if not. Yeah. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. I'm doing good. Everybody here seems to be in decent spirits, except John. He's never in a good mood.
Nope.
So, to recap everything here at this point, John, you have 9 player points. Melissa, you have 7. Sin, you have 9. Jake, you have 3. So, who wants to do recap?
If no one else will.
All right, John, go ahead. I'll find some epic recap music for you. Hold on.
Yeah, this is not gonna be epic.
Here we go. Take it away.
Wow. So we started off with the jackal walking up to Vardrak saying we need to talk. And Vardrak basically saying, okay, let me excuse my other guest real quick, and talks to the Queen of Durian, and it's like, basically starts showing her out, and says, yeah, you should probably get the fuck out of here because he has the Necronomicon around his waist for some strange reason, after we agreed that he would get rid of it. So that being a terrible place for a lich to be in the presence of a book and some unknown having control of it, or it being in control of him, Vakta then showed her the rest of the way out, while Vardrak then got him away from the people, just in case. But then start discussing what happened with Vivian. He then relayed the fact that the Raven Queen was basically racing him to all the artifacts that he had told the group about before, and she was claiming them for her own. And there was a lot of information exchanged, but essentially it came down to the only artifact that was still seemingly maybe worth going for that had not been claimed already was the one that the Queen of Durian had mentioned, which allegedly was given by the Celestials in case the mortal world needed to get their attention. So we don't know what that object is, but we know where it is thanks to her. Vardrak then asked the Jackal, what happens if we need to be in contact with you again? And he then said that he could grant some sort of connection into someone with a blood oath or something like that. And Vardrak was like, no, I've already got too much going on in my blood right now. Not a good idea. Vakta also did not want to, so then Batsu just kind of went, yeah, sure, whatever. So he made that connection with Batsu, and then he left. They then returned to the Frostguard Festival, which was, as far as the fights were going, they were about wrapping up when some dwarven individual walks up, and he pulls out this very familiar weapon to our group in our town and blew his opponent's face off for the most part. And Vardrak's like, yeah, I want to talk to that guy. So then he has the dwarf come over. He introduces himself as Grimble, and they pull him aside and they have a talk, and he says that he makes not only his weapon, the blunderbuss, but he knows how to make others, and they basically formed an agreement where he would help make or prove or teach, or a little combination of each, with our blacksmith in town on how to make more for the town guard and such. So we needed a place for him to stay. He wanted to stay in some place that was similar to a shed. Just so happenly, the would-be tenant of Vakta's shed died, so it was vacant.
Seems
So
to happen a
he's
lot with you guys.
yeah, well, you know.
Eh. Shit happens.
So he is taking up residence in the shed in the meantime. And Vardrak and Vakta did a little training because she wanted to do some training at night before they went to sleep, because that way maybe he would allow her to sleep in. So they trained for a little bit. And Grimble was watching the whole time. And at one point, Vardrak went to bed, but then Batu came in and basically said he wanted to discuss things as far as information gathered by his people. And he, they get Vardrak back down, and he brings in Chodo, introduces him, and Chodo tells what he knows, which I am drawing a blank as to what all that was. But the part that I do remember vividly was Chodo and Grimble get into a little verbal scuffle. And Chodo mocking Grimble in his short stature, which led to Grimble getting very pissed off, chasing him down into the basement, and then promptly shooting him in the face. By
Through a
which
couch, which happened to be the most expensive couch ever made.
Yes.
It was the queen's couch. Fuck off.
200 gold couch.
We
Get
paid
out of
more
here.
with it. Fuck your couch.
So yeah, Vakta was getting upset because now there's gunfire in her house. So Vardra gets pissed, tells everybody get the fuck outside, and then he goes down, retrieves Chodo, dragging him out by his leg. And then, Batsu then stepped in to try and get Chodo to apologize and also pay for the damages by paying 200 gold, which he had taken half of his 400 gold take of pickpocketing someone during the festival who was not a citizen.
That you guys didn't know about.
So I think that's how it worked out. And Chodo was like, yeah, no, fuck that. So then Batsu was like, I said do this. And Chodo was like, no. And then Batsu was like, okay, donkey punch. And then Chodo was back out and dying again. So Vardra came over, gave him another heal. And then he just kind of is laying in the dirt and is like, okay, fine, take it. So that led to Chodo being upset and walking out of the kingdom, out into a tree, and Batsu tried to talk him down, and it wasn't working too well. Asha also tried to stay with him, but he was just pissed off. But let's see. I don't think anything else really eventful happened that night, but the next morning, got up and started preparing to start our voyage. Went out to the refugee camp to find some sailors that hopefully came from Sea Bluff, because we were going to need some people who knew how to sail in our boat that we acquired in Sea Bluff underneath the waters. So luckily we found a captain, and he had some people that he had sailed with before that he trusted. So we gathered them. Ravage agreed to be Vardrak's bodyguard, so he's coming with. Forgot who in Batsu's people is coming. I think Dante, maybe.
No. Just the healer that you guys don't trust around your graveyard.
Oh yes.
I wonder why.
Yes.
Look, I don't know.
creepy necromancer guy who made a stir at the gates.
He's a cleric. He is holy.
Uh-huh. Loose definition of holy, but yes, he's coming along as no one trusts him at the kingdom by himself unsupervised. I think that's about it. And they plan on taking a detour by Donovan's to see, if everything's good there, because he didn't show up to the festival. But aside from that, they are trying to get to the shore and start their voyage. And that's where we left off.
Boom. Thank you for that, sir. You earned yourself a shiny player point, and you are now at 10, capped out at the max. You will not earn any more player points unless you spend them. And you already have a critical bank, so you can't even bank it.
I'll find some excuse,
Enjoy.
even if it's a perception check to reroll.
But your perception's perfect.
I know.
So with that, house cleaning shit before we jump into tonight's episode, got all the alerts working, which thank you to Melissa for the 11 months in a row. You've probably seen the alert from that. Did I turn off? Oh, I did. Okay. Turned off Fantasy Ground, so it wasn't showing there. So all the alerts are working. The stream loots alerts are working, and they're fully integrated. If you can hear the music, we got Sirenscape working correctly. So the music should be working there, and we can control it independently. So if anytime the music sounds too loud or anything, please let me know, and I'll take care of that. Players, same thing for you guys. If the music becomes distracting or too loud for anything, let me know, and I can adjust it on the fly. That's all I got. And I got the intro working in a roundabout way. So without further ado, let's start tonight's episode of Adventures from Amethil.
I see it.
Adventures from Amethil.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I know, right?
Fancy.
It's almost like I put 12 hours straight into this in one day. So you guys are getting ready to leave the town. You guys have your horses together and all your gear, and the captain and his 5 sailors, they got a cart ready, and everybody is all with everything that they need to head out. And you guys start making your way. You missed it, Bob. Too late. You start making your way out the eastern gates, headed towards Donovan's. And you guys hear a female voice shouting out for you, coming back from the city.
Definitely gonna stop, turn around and see who the hell that is.
Yeah, turning around because what?
You just turn around because it's a female. So as you guys stop and look, Varjak, you recognize your new assistant riding towards you guys at full pace, but she is donning complete battle gear.
Roger just kind of cocks his head to the side. Is there something we can do for you, Kirla?
You don't think that you're just going without me, do you? The job said that you needed clerical experience, and I've been a cleric my whole life.
Yeah, I guess we do.
That's what Zoomer said. If you need me to
No.
Cross it with it.
It's fine. Yeah, come along. Just know that where we're going, we don't know what kind of dangers we might be facing here. So,
Well, I've dealt with the city being burned to the ground by a dragon and rebuilt and fended off from countless other horrors, so I feel, at least with you guys here, that I'm as safe with you as I am back at the city.
um, all right. Well, just stay close, and it should be fine. Now, we're going to go ahead and go see that dragon that burned the town to the ground before. Here we go. That's what starts writing.
Grimble's like, dragon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Like
we have a
everybody else
dragon.
is just like,
Grimble.
yeah, that's just what happens.
I mean, okay. Sounds like ammo.
Ammo.
You'll see. He kind of shrugs and laughs.
Okay. Is there something that you need from the dragon to make your ammo?
I mean, I assume he has something that goes boom.
I'm sure he does. But he's very particular about his treasures. Have you met or been in the presence of a dragon before?
Nope.
I would be very careful about anything that you might say. In fact, you probably shouldn't speak to him unless he speaks to you first.
Yeah, just. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Why do you say that? What
Bots
could go
is-
wrong?
Bots is writing off. He's like, you say the wrong thing, and he might come downstairs and shoot you in the face.
He says the wrong thing, and I might shoot him in the face, so we don't have to worry about Donovan hating us.
Fine, I'll be good.
Yep, we're gonna head right for Donovan's layer that he started making. Or did he start making it, or was he just kind of out and about?
It was kind of like an area of the forest that had seen this miraculous supernatural growth. And then in the middle of this thicket, he had kind of this area stomped out.
Okay. Yeah, that's where we're heading.
All right. So you guys head out in that general direction. And then afterwards, your plan is to just go east, follow the eastern path of Amethil to the shore, right?
Yes.
All right. So you guys take off. That's not supposed to be there. Okay. So you guys take off from Amethil and you head out. And it's about a half day's journey or so until you get to the area where Donovan's new roost is. And as you guys approach, Grimble, what you notice is the forest starts to change the closer that you get. And you start noticing that where there was grass, it becomes this thick, like bramble of a bedding. And the trees have these vines swirling around them, and there's roots and everything, and like everything is getting thicker and harder to move through the closer that you guys get to it. And you guys finally get to an area where it starts to die down a little bit, and you could see the area where you guys brought the treasures, and it is empty at the moment.
Okay. I thought you said he had treasure.
Well, it's gone. He's gone. So he is taking it and left.
No, the treasure's still there.
Oh, I thought you said it was empty.
Oh.
No. The empty of giant dragon-like beings.
Oh, okay.
Can I look around to see if there's any fresh tracks in the area?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. You could still see that that the treasure's there. You can see that there is an area where it's kind of been dug down under the surface slightly, where it looks like he might be using as like a bed. But other than that, you guys don't notice anything weird or out of the ordinary.
Maybe he's off hunting?
It's possible. I don't know. Typically doesn't. Let's see. Cliff, what would I have to roll to, I guess, recall how much I know about how often a dragon needs to eat or go hunting?
Probably just your insight.
All right. Get these stellar rolls out the way.
Sin started off the game with a 1, so you're fine. So you know that the dragons typically eat 2 or 3 times a week, and they usually do a large amount of food. But typically, a dragon of Donovan's age wouldn't really have to hunt too much, as the control of area that he has for the animals, that he could typically have animals march to their own doom. Basically, Bambi will frolic right into his mouth.
That is awesome.
Kind of jealous.
Yeah. Come to me, food. Well,
yeah, if an adult dragon like that is out hunting, they're typically hunting for sport. And from what you know about dragons, green dragons are typically not sport hunters.
Right. Well, I don't see a reason why he would need to leave here unless he's already started digging his lair without any of us noticing somehow the ground shaking or anything. So
You don't think any of Durian's guards or the queen had anything to do with it? Him leaving all of a sudden?
no, I highly doubt that.
Does it look like there's any sense of struggle, like any obviously broken branches or bramble or anything like that?
Not that you guys notice, no.
The fuck?
Oh.
Are there any odd smells or anything? I mean, obviously it's a dragon nest, but
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that jumps out at you, and with you never being to a dragon lair, I mean, everything is kind of suspicious to you right now.
well, right, yeah.
The aesthetics of it, the aura, just the feeling of being within the presence of this power. But you do still feel the you could still tell that the jungle has a supernatural growth to it. So, so he's not dead.
Okay.
He's gonna look at Vakta and we can maybe wait around a little bit to see if he comes back. or we just assume that he's fine as he is a dragon that can take care of himself, and we just press on.
What did we need from this dragon anyway?
He is going to be making a permanent lair underneath our kingdom. And he was expected at the Frostguard Festival, but he didn't show. So
Like, looks very like off-put. Like, you're going to fit a dragon under your kingdom?
yes.
We just got 3 miles. You have plenty of room.
How big is this dragon?
Well, hopefully you'll see soon enough.
He was gone all day yesterday that he couldn't attend the festival. And he's still not here today. I don't think he's going to be back anytime soon. I wouldn't wait around too long.
Yeah. We're just going to have faith that everything is fine. All right. Well, let's press on.
Grimble, don't touch anything either. This guy knows the exact amount down to the last single copper he has.
I'm not doing anything. He like looks at it like even assumes like I'm just standing here.
I'm like biting my tongue not to touch this stuff, and I'm just saying it's tempting. I don't want anyone getting fucked by a dragon.
Literally.
Yeah.
So your companions that you have here, the sailors and everything, did you bring them within this area or did you leave them out on the path?
At the point where the grass is noticeably like longer and everything, we just kind of left them back on the path.
Okay.
But we are now going to go ahead and head back to regroup with them.
All right. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's gonna fuck everything up. Yep, sure did. All right. All right. Yeah. So you guys regroup and head back, and begin your trek over to the coastline here. So it's about a 3-day journey from where you are right now. To get to the area where the coast is. And are you guys planning on just doing a normal pace, get there in 3 days? Are you guys gonna try to speed up the pace? What's your guys' plan here?
Normal pace, unless anyone thinks otherwise.
I think a normal pace is fine.
Yeah.
All right.
And Cliff, every oh, is that good or bad?
Everyone.
Every time they stop to make camp for the night and everything, I'm gonna want to roll on my amelioration.
Yeah, same with the blacksmithing.
Okay, you guys can definitely do that. So your guys' first night through, after you leave the quarters of where Donovan was at, and you guys head out. You guys are traveling through the woods, getting to know each other. Is there anything that you guys want to learn about your companions specifically?
We're talking the sailors and whatnot.
Correct. Well, I mean, you don't really know a whole lot about your assistant. You don't know a whole lot about the captain or the 5 crew. And matter of factly, you don't know a whole lot about Grimble. So, I mean, any of those people, if there's anything specifically that you guys are trying to learn about them, I mean, good time to get an idea of who you're traveling with before you're stuck in a boat with them. Or not. I mean, that's your guys' choice. I'm just giving the option.
Vocta's probably making small talk about what they want to do with their lives and with our kingdom. Like, oh, what can we do to help you guys out in the future, kind of stuff. Just her usual charismatic. I'm the queen. I gotta help the people. Kind of the same thing she's been doing for months, weeks. I don't know how long it's
Awesome.
been.
Give me a charisma check.
Cool. I'm not terrible at that.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want persuasion? But I'll go for just straight charisma. That's fine.
I mean, are you trying to persuade them in anything?
Nah.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. So you're trying to figure out about them, their desires, their wants.
Their goals and dreams and bleh.
Okay.
Melissa doesn't care.
Blah, blah, blah,
Octa
that
cares.
shit. So, Grimble, is there anything that you want to know about your companions? Notably, the captain is another dwarf. Don't know if there's any solace in that for him or not.
I mean, a little bit. He feels a little bit more comfortable having somebody of his own kind around and not just being surrounded by tieflings and whatever the fuck Batsu decides to be at any given moment. But he asked him like where he's from, like what his clan was like, just kind of trying to get a little bit more background information on him, why he decided to be a captain, because that doesn't strike Grimble as something that would be terribly common for a dwarf.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Nope. Not so good with the
Alright.
words.
Batsu, is there anything that you would like to know about your peoples that you're traveling with? Whether it be the players or any of the NPCs?
Not through directly talking to them. I'm watching them to see if any of them seem shifty.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Awesome. I'm great at those.
And Vardrak, is there anything that you are trying to find out specifically about your people?
He wants to know about Grimble's, like a brief summary of his history leading up to him showing up in response to the, request for adventurers. He wants to know what sort of experiences the captain has had to see, if shit goes bad out in seas, if he's able to like really handle it. And he's going to want to learn a little bit about his assistant that he really hasn't had much time to speak with.
So which one of those do you want to focus on the most right now?
Right now, I guess he will want to know about, I would say Grimble. So he would pretty much start by saying like, so Grimble, I would love to like summarize everything that brought us to where we are now, but that is such a long story. Um, we've had many people that travel with us that are no longer for one reason or another. Some of them, if I'm going to be honest with you, is because of death. Um, you seem very capable, but I guess maybe, Batsu, you've been with us how long now?
About 2 weeks.
Okay. Can you summarize for Grimble what you have experienced with traveling with us so far?
We have been through hell and back. Let's see. Dragons, 50-foot demons, 50, maybe more, a pack of gnolls, and constant death.
In 2 weeks? That's impressive.
Yes, that is in 2 weeks.
And this was an off week too. This is actually slow.
Oh, and a festival.
Yes.
Wasn't all bad.
Yes. And the kingdom, as you can see, is still being put together. So you have, somewhat agreed to stick with us for a while and help us out. But I did want you to have some sort of scope as to what you might be agreeing to. Now, if you don't think that is for you, that's completely understandable. It's just that if you say that you're in, then I'm going to consider you in. And if that means watching each other's backs, and if you try to back out after that point, then that's when we'll have a problem.
Kind of looks for a Drac up and down. He's like, "There's loot in it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Then I'm in."
I wouldn't be here if there wasn't any loot.
Wow, see where your guys' loyalty lies.
Grimble goes on to explain that he's really he just likes building shit. He likes tinkering with different things, different elements, seeing, little of this, little of that, what comes of it, specifically when it comes to like firearms or whatever. So like he goes on to explain like he'll try to make gunpowder out of just about anything, and half the time it blows up in his face, but that's half the fun of it. So his big focus is just like looking for new materials and new things to experiment with to kind of further his knowledge, because there's that dwarven need for knowing how things work on like a mechanical level that kind of drives him forward. And he's traveled all over trying to find different things to further his handiwork and just his general craftiness.
Well, it's certainly good to have someone on board with your set of skills. Is that the weapons that you know how to make, they're foreign, at least in this region of the world. And having you with us means that our small kingdom gains a lot of power having such an advantage on our hands. But yeah, you will definitely see plenty of profit, but there's not one time that we were able to profit that we didn't have to work really, really hard for it.
He kind of like turns away a little bit, and he goes, "I'm no stranger to hard work. There's been many an hour and blood, sweat, and tears that have been put into weapons." And kind of like brushes his beard back a little bit, and you see really prominently the scar left across his eye. He said, "This is healed much more than what it was, but this is just but an example of the things I have gone through for my craft."
Are you proud of your craft?
He pats his, Swanson on the butt of the gun on his back, and he says, "Oh yes, very."
Then the scar is but another trophy.
I
And this is not just for you, but for you too, Batsu, as we haven't had a real opportunity to sit in one place for very long since you've joined us. Like I said, when the fighting starts, we have to cover each other. Nobody can think of just themselves, otherwise we die. We've been in that situation before. People thinking selfishly, and it almost got everyone killed. I lost someone very important to me because of thinking like that. Can't afford to let that happen again. Out here, outside of the kingdom, I'm just a guy trying to push forward to get things done. So if either of you have any ideas as to a better path, a better plan, a better idea that we should be following, maybe one that goes against what I think is best, please bring it up. But don't disagree and then not have a better plan for me. We've also had someone with us like that didn't think that a single idea that I had was seemingly a good idea, but didn't have any ideas of her own. That doesn't help anything. So, like I said, out here, we're all in this together. King, queen, titles like that means nothing. It's all about survival. And do either of you have any questions for us?
I guess you two are still new to this king and queen thing, right?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I grew up on the streets. This is very new.
it shows. The bigger the kingdom gets, I would try to dial back.
The fuck
Down
is
on-
that supposed to mean?
It means that a different queen comes, and your tails are in between your legs a little bit. If the kingdom gets any bigger, the citizens shouldn't see that.
If things went wrong with the Queen of Durian at this time, it would absolutely destroy the kingdom and all in it. She's a lich. Like, we can't fight that power
That's
at this
not
time.
common knowledge, so you didn't hear that.
Ribble gets like this twitch in his eye. He's like, "I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that."
It's for the best. And
Watch her
also,
rolls her eyes.
I want to make it clear that her being there and seeing and the people seeing her palling around with us, that was the goal. So they knew that everything was okay because no one has ever tried to build on her land for probably hundreds of years. Who knows? But she accepted it. We instead of just taking the land, I asked her permission, as much as I didn't want to, because I was going to take the land that we needed one way or another. But we can't afford to have her be insulted and have her have to posture by putting her abilities and her men against ours in a time like this. We have an entire desert crawling with demons. We can't afford to pick a fight with the capital right now. So
Right.
just so we're clear, it was no tails tucked between legs. It was forming an alliance which is desperately needed right now because we don't have many, in case you haven't noticed.
How
Right.
exactly did you two become king and queen?
Yeah, Vardrak.
Well, we held an election. I ran. I
That's
won.
not how that works. It's not how any of this works.
I don't remember this election.
I volunteered. I voted for myself. Divian gave me his second vote. No one opposed. I am king.
Gives you like a side eye. He's like, keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Bacter's standing slightly behind Vardrak and just shaking her head slightly, just like, not.
The place that you know as Dracarius was a place known as Clevenskar. Very small village, just a little farm town. Our former companion left behind a very sizable donation as we went to a realm of shadows for 3 years. For us, it was about a day. Here, it was 3 years. When we came back, my companion, who is the king regent of Dracarius, had used that money to build it up. So I proposed the idea that we form our own kingdom so that when we needed to do something, we didn't have to ask permission or worry about someone telling us it's illegal or trying to lock us up or any of that stuff. We had enough of that. So I proposed we become our own independent kingdom. They didn't disagree.
I mean, you guys say you made a kingdom. The queen comes and she respects that. So as far as I'm concerned, you have a kingdom, you're king and queen.
Appreciate it.
All right, Vardrak, you have the highest charisma. So either you can roll a d20 or you could delegate someone else to roll it.
What are we rolling for?
Well, roll and you'll find out.
I mean, is it something that someone can assist with?
Nope. There's no skill to it. It's just a straight d20.
Okay. Well, guess I will try it.
Oh, okay.
No, not charisma. Just a straight d20.
Well, then 16 then.
You sure you want to stick with that? You don't want to try to re-roll?
I think 16 is a pretty good number. I'm not going to chance
Okay. Melissa,
like
give me a
blackjack
D4.
numbers.
What was that, Cliff?
Give me a d4, please.
Uh-oh.
Guess that's not good
All right,
or bad.
So through your through your conversations that you've had, you found out about your traveling partners. Vakta, you found out that for the captain and the three that used to be sailors, their entire ambition and goal is to get back on the sea. They want to have their own ship. They want to get a full crew running, not the skeleton crew that they currently have. But they want nothing more than to basically be back sailing full time. That's all they want. The other two, you found out, one was a shoemaker, and the other one just worked as a guard in Sea Bluff. But neither one of them really ever felt satisfaction in what they did. So they're hoping that this stint in assisting with being on the boat, and even though they have a little bit of experience with it, they hope that maybe this will be a new event in their life to make it where that's what they're going to do full time. Gribble, you found out that that the captain was actually adopted and raised by elves and spent most of his life on a different continent altogether, where he learned how to sail, where he learned how to man a boat. He never really knew of his dwarven caste and his heritage. He basically, as soon as he was able to carry cargo, he was a dockhand and worked on ships, and that's pretty much what he did his whole life. So the natural progression to it was to captain his own vessel and to live the life of a sailor. He learned how to manage siege weapons to defend his ship against pirates and against others who may try to take his vessel from him. He doesn't have a lot of combat training. None of them, in fact, have much of any combat training as far as martial combat goes. But when it comes to sea combat and being out on ships, that they are completely attuned to that type of a life. So the dwarven kinship that you were hoping to kindle, you don't really get that because he doesn't have the mannerisms of a dwarf. He has more of the mannerisms of like an elf. Not that he's disrespectful or anything like that, but he that's what he was raised by. And for what you guys were rolling for is their loyalty. And based on your guys' rolls, their loyalty is fairly high for you guys right now. Between what you guys have done with taking in the refugees into Dracarius and giving them jobs and a home, between you trusting them to helm this ship that you have, and through the conversations that you guys have had while traveling, they feel strongly akin towards you. So you have a pretty good relationship built with them. And after like a day or so of traveling, you know, they suggest that they call it a night, set up camp. So you guys pull off the trail, and at this time, you guys are about here, about halfway or so where you need to be to get to the shorelines. And you guys set up camp. So Vardrak, you said you want to practice your amelioration. So you take the plates in that harness that was built for you, and you put it on for the first time you've actually had a chance to like wear it. And you feel that it is significantly heavier than the previous set was. Like, and it feels uncomfortably bulky underneath your armor after you put it back on. And for the first night, you probably even take your armor off to train with it just to get the feel for the weights themselves. Go ahead and give me a amelioration roll, please.
Okay. Ooh. You know what?
And
I will use 2 player points to re-roll that.
So just so you know, Bob rolled for Vakta and everybody lost a player point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good job,
for
Bob.
using the 2 to re-roll it, that takes you down to 7.
Okay.
Oof.
Wait, what do I have to roll to succeed?
15.
God damn it.
Ooh.
So that's just a fail. So this first night of putting it on, you're just totally not used to the weight. It's throwing you off balance. Like you try to like do a full run and you feel yourself being pulled forward from the weight. when you try to do like any of your push-ups or sit-ups with it, it's just uncomfortable and bulky. So this first night of doing it, you don't have a very good feeling about how this new set is. Like it's more than you anticipated it would be.
Okay.
And Batsu, are there any projects that you are currently working on?
The gauntlet.
What gauntlet? The full arm one?
The spiked one that I had the blacksmith show me how to do the hand.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. One. So, did you take the gauntlet that he gave you, or did you are you trying to build this from
Scratch.
Okay. Are you trying to reduce the cost and build the base materials and whatnot yourself, or are you just going to use just your reagents to do it?
I was just gonna do the reagents. I think I have a pretty good amount of them.
Yeah, and with this one just being, this is still just a level, a common item that you're trying to build. You'd be looking at 200 gold. So it'd be 200 regents. It would cost 200 gold worth of regents. So go ahead and subtract that and make your first roll. And this one would be with blacksmithing tools.
Yep. Where are they at? There they are.
All right, and that is a success. But 16 points of experience. So you start hammering out the metal, and you start forming like the basic shape that would go around the hands, and it's got the curve to it. And you're trying to go off of memory with it, so it's a slow start. You're off to, but it is coming together, and you're feeling good about your progress so far. Did anybody else want to do anything during the night other than their normal long sleep?
I'm probably going to share a bottle of wine with the people we're traveling with before going to bed.
Yes.
Except
So
for
what are they going to
Grimble.
drink, though?
Damn it.
I'm sharing, Cliff. I'm not downing the entire bottle. Being good.
So you say.
I am.
And what about Grimble? Is he doing anything tonight?
No. He's probably just schmoozing, trying to get to know the people he's traveling with a little bit better.
Okay. And let me bring it back up to the top. The fuck is the top at? Jesus, why are there so many people here? There we go. Okay. Round 0. All right. So everybody else, you guys take your long rest. I don't think anybody has any missing hit points or anything right now, so there's nothing. Oh wait, no, Vakta does. Hold on. Now
Wait,
she
what?
doesn't. Vakta had a whopping 3 hit points missing.
Woo.
Step on a nail.
So you guys wake up the next day and do your morning routines. The crew begins loading everything into the wagon, and they load up in it. And you guys start making your way back towards towards the eastern shorelines. And after about a half day's travel or so, you notice that the foliage is starting to get darker, and you're noticing that everything is starting to get marsh-like. And then the further you get into it, you notice that there's this swamp here that you guys have never been to before. And it's significantly colder here than it was in the forest area, and there's a foul smell in the air.
Who's better at survival between? Because not my specialty.
Mine.
If we were in the city,
Ah, nope.
like I said, you really need a person for this.
We
got
we had a person for this. Had.
Grimble's very, very well versed at surviving out in random ass places.
Perfect.
So what were you inquiring to at that, John?
If this foul smells like something we should be concerned with, is the swamp too dangerous to push through, or if we should have to try and find a way around it?
So for the smell, you could just do a perception on that. I don't know if survival would really help with any of those things. I don't know. If you can sell me on why survival would work there, I'd be all right with it, though.
Kind of like things that have been encountered in the past, learning how to make your way through various, harsh environments, and living through that, knowing the kind of things that you have to look out for, smell wise, look wise, whether or not, the swamps are too deep for the wagon or the horses to get through, stuff like that. You're well versed in having to survive in harsh climates.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead and hit me with a survival.
I got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check as well, Grimble.
That one not so sure about.
Got this.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's fine.
So you've experienced swamplands before, and the best that you can tell, the trail that goes through is built up on a high enough rising that you don't have to worry about the cart getting stuck, and you guys can make it through if you stay on the path. As far as the smell, you can't put your finger on what it is exactly, but you definitely smell like decaying animals. You could smell that it's the normal bog smell of like the decomposing plant life and the nasty, just wet, humid. But you're also getting the smell of like death coming through. That doesn't seem like it would be just a natural scent wafting around in the swamps.
Okay. When just for clarification, when you do narration like that, is it implied that I tell the party that too, or do you want me to reiterate it?
No, this is just what you know. I mean, you can say, okay, I tell everybody that, and then you don't have to reiterate the whole thing. But that's up to you what you want to tell them.
Okay. Just tell them to make note to like stay very carefully, stay on the path. We should be fine as long as we don't stray off too far. Otherwise, we might get stuck in the mud or something. I don't like outright say that there's an off smell. Just kind of like they notice me, sniffing at the air a little bit more intently, trying to figure out what exactly is there. Just because I'm not certain of it, so I don't want to raise alarm.
All right. Yeah. We'll follow your lead. I don't. And question for Melissa: where's Vakta riding in this whole little caravan we've got going?
Next to or behind Vardrak.
All right.
Did you get your own horse, or are you riding on Asha?
I'm assuming I have my own horse.
Okay.
I usually do.
You Vakta, like in her head, is hearing like whispers, and if she's riding beside Vardrak, she will hear him say something. But when she looks over, he's just riding and not, like, looks like he's just kind of riding and didn't really say anything at all.
Yeah, she's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna look a little confused or uncomfortable at times, but stay quiet. We can't have both a crazy king and a crazy queen. We can't both have voices in our head. Therefore, nothing.
I mean,
Everybody, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
well,
I can do that. I'm good at that one.
Me too.
Oh, fuck.
Watch.
What? Are you kidding me?
So stealth.
Oh my god. What
After she was talking all that shit.
clank, 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 clank.
I have a plus 13. I don't get it. This is some bullshit.
Nice job, dragon guys. When the
I'll be
dwarf is
yelling
more
at-
stealthy than you are, that's saying something.
We probably got in a fight about something and started yelling at each other. I'm sure.
Wow, it's like that?
If you want to say something to me, just say it. Don't get in my head.
Who is leading the pack right now?
I would assume Grimble.
Probably.
Give me a perception check.
Glad that's wisdom. Fuck.
God. Gotta get the bad rolls out of the way. Come on.
I mean, I've been doing decent so far. It's my first real bad one.
So we're making a shitload of
Welcome to
noise,
session.
and we're not going to see it coming.
But I can see really far in the dark right now, so that's something.
That's true. You're able to actually see further than normal, which is something that you don't quite understand why. Like, your eyes are adjusting so well to this area right now. But they are. And
I have double dark vision right now, right? Because didn't I pick that one, or did I not? I don't remember.
well, yeah. So I mean, there's no real such thing as double. So I mean, you would be like your whatever the range is in normal dark vision, it would be doubled if that is the case.
Right. Okay.
All right. So you guys are walking through, and Gribble, you hear like a twig snap.
Okay.
And right when you hear that, all of a sudden, you just feel this pain when out of this shallow water area right off the path, this giant crocodile
Oh, shit.
Ow!
comes out, grabs you off of your horse, and give me a. Oh wait, no. So you're so you are now grappled, restrained.
Son of a bitch.
Why does it say the effects are by me?
Yeah, you're like fucking a Vakta.
No, it's to Grimble by Vakta.
Oh, because that you're who I'm clicked on right now. Because I didn't want to ruin the surprise and click on the thing and it say in chat what it was, so
Oh.
I did it sneaky like. But I guess there's no point in being sneaky like now, huh?
Is she taking ongoing 1 piercing damage though?
Yeah, that's another Table of Fate by Bob.
Oh.
3 negative ones in a row.
Pops is full of gifts today.
Yeah.
She shouldn't be taking it willy nilly like this. That's my fault.
Only when you take damage.
But what's your guys' marching order right now?
I would assume that
How can I get out of this shit?
Vardrock would be right behind, kind of like in the same way he used to just kind of always be right behind Divian. Like he likes to stay right behind whoever's guiding. So he's directly behind. I guess Vakta would be to his, to his side. Ravage and Kirla are right next to him as well. I don't know where Batsu's at.
All Batsu and Rikar are all the way in the back.
Look out, there's a crocodile.
Thanks, asshole.
Car's like, yes. Of course.
This is why we have to stay behind everyone.
All right, let's have some fun.
Ow.
So let me go ahead and switch over to this guy, and we'll start the round over. And let me fix Vakta. Okay. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I'll just add the 1 onto it so it doesn't keep randomly giving you 1 piercing. Because I might forget and then you'll die.
It happens.
It does.
Can you fucking not? I'm like trying to pull out my gun while this thing's just like gnawing on my tiny little leg.
Doing a death spiral already.
Yeah.
Nice knowing you. Ow, 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 ow,
Oh, we lost Grimble.
ow. Anyone want to help?
So as you're seeing him like get yanked off his horse and you guys put your heads to the left, you guys hear another sound and the snarl coming from the right as this gator comes up and grabs Vakta. Vakta, did you want to like uncanny dodge or anything?
Yes.
You don't have to because you can only do that once per round. I'm just asking if you want to.
Yes.
Okay, so you might want to activate that.
I don't remember how. I never used to have to do it, so having to do it's just weird.
Go under your actions and under powers. It's the last thing.
Yeah, but every time
You
I
want
try
to
to
do
Ah!
yeah, hold on. There you go. Actions is what you want to see. So then you want to click that right next to uncanny dodge, that little thing. There you go. Okay. And then boo boo boo. So these things are just grabbing you, and it snatches her off, and it drags her back into the water slightly too. So both Grimble and Vakta are being dragged back into the watery swamps on opposite sides of this trail.
Bitch.
And you hear this yipping sound off in the distance from behind them. Which one are you? Okay, perfect. rude.
Skater point blank in the face. Go straight up Chodo on his ass.
Oh no.
So you hear like this yipping sound, and Vakta, you like look up from the jaws of this thing, and you see this knoll that looks very familiar to the ones that you've seen before, in the drab that looks almost like shaman gear. And he begins casting a spell in your general direction. And he's like looking at you while yipping out.
Asshole.
Yip, 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 yip.
I hate these fuckers.
Gnolls are the worst.
They're just annoying.
They're the worst. We'll change your opinion.
Sarcasm, Cliff.
I took it to heart. What's happening?
Oh god.
That was too loud.
Holy shit.
Was not prepared for that. Think of Pete a little.
Batsu.
Alright.
Fucking kill these assholes.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Actually, I want to try something. So yeah, I'm getting right up to this gator at Gatsbakta and pulling out my new sword to see how this thing works.
That's a hit.
Nice.
As you hit it, it kind of grunts a little bit, and Vakta, you feel it squeezing down tighter on you as he hits it.
If you said something, it was muted, so I'm assuming
No. No.
you didn't say. Ooh, that's not good.
That's a hit as well.
And let's do that. Let's do that.
Yep, and that's a hit as well.
Boom. And I got one more. And because of that, I get that. There. That's it.
All right, perfect. And Melissa, I need you to make a athletics check.
Oh no. It can't
Not
be
acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Athletic.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh god damn it.
Hey.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
After Batsu hits him with that last strike, the gator snarls just a little bit at him, and as it does, you're able to push free of its bite and roll out of the way.
Yay.
Oh, actually, you also got to take 2 extra piercing damage. I forgot to do. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Cool. So let's see. I'm gonna hit it with a scimitar and see what happens.
Okay. Make sure you target it.
Thank you for reminding me. I never remember. Why do I have myself targeted? Okay, I fixed that. And
Yeah, target the big thing, not yourself.
I have had myself targeted since the beginning of the game, and I have no idea why. I just entered like that, and I didn't fix it. Okay, and Batsu's right there, so I get advantage. That's wonderful. Why didn't it click that I have advantage?
Go ahead and roll another.
I clicked advantage, nothing happens. Both of those are terrible. Fuck.
That second one was a hit.
Oh, neat. Okay, then.
Crocodiles don't dodge too well.
Nah.
No.
I only have to hit that once. I remembered to only hit it once. Be proud of me.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Oh, and actually, 34. Let me see real quick if it's gonna make a difference or not. It does. That first hit does not hit because something about fate. As soon as you pulled that first strike, it felt like it was about to hit.
That was the
And
third.
right when it did, went right to the side.
God
Damn it, Bob.
I missed an attack because of you.
Oh yeah, so that whole 34 damage doesn't hit then. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm here to help. So okay, there we go. I put him back to where he was. Don't you guys worry.
Yes, I was concerned.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to do on your turn there, Melissa?
Nah, that's all I can do.
Okay. And Grimble, I need a athletics check from you, please.
Oh, God. Okay. Hey! Not bad.
Proud to help you, Grumble.
So similarly, you just out of brute strength grab this thing's maw and just pry it open. Like putting your gun in the mouth of it and like bracing it as you stand up.
Why don't you pull the trigger while you're at it?
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
But yeah, it's your attack to do what you want to do here.
Definitely will leave that muzzle right in that fucking thing's mouth and pull the trigger.
Go ahead and make a attack roll. Make sure you target. Oh, you already got it. Cool.
Well.
That is a miss.
Reload and try again.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
No.
And it must be from the swamp water and whatnot jamming the gun that you're just not able to get any shots off on this thing.
Well, I guess that's all I can do.
All right. And it is Rakir's turn.
Oh. These things are within 5 feet of each other, so I benefit from that. Hopefully.
What things within 5 feet of each other?
The Noel and the giant gator.
I don't think they're supposed to be technically, but that's fine. And that is a miss on both accounts.
Oof. Okay, that's it.
All right. And it is Ravage's turn.
He is just gonna hop back to get like a distance but an advantage, and as far as range, I guess he only has like a javelin, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Let's see, try that. Oh, forgot to target. Targeting the gator.
Oh, that's a hit.
Okay. Alright. And I think that's all he can do right now.
All right. And Grimble, as you're standing up, you notice that there's this huge gash in your leg from where that gator bit you, and like you could barely stand up on it. You can feel that thing is going to be waning. And Vardrock, it is your turn.
So Vardrak sees that, Vakta's fine and Batsu sprung over to help, so he turns his attention over to this. Oh, hold on. Targeting is a little wonky. No, not him.
I was targeting Wonky. What are you guys doing?
I don't know. This shit is.
You know you can control click on him in the combat
character.
panel too, right?
Hold on. Okay, so double click.
You don't actually
There
have
we
to do
go.
it on the icons. You can do it on the
Yeah, I would try to do it in the upper left as well.
Yeah, that's what gets me sometimes with my fucking 7 character sheets.
Okay, so this is self, and that should be other. Okay, yeah. All right, so he springs off of Asha, and he pulls out his shield and his hammer, and he's run up and he twirls in his hand and he's charging up. And Grimble, as you hear him yelling out this battle cry, he's running up to help you. As soon as he gets closer to you, you feel more confident.
Ooh.
And
it's false confidence.
no. And then he just runs up and he is going to definitely try to clock this gator in the head.
That is a hit.
All right, so we'll do. Let's see here.
Oh
So,
my god.
Y'all are brutal with these coins.
so let's make sure that's on. And then we'll add in Wrathful for the bonus. We'll do third and first slots. Okay. Oops, nope, that's Life Cutter. We're not doing that.
Life Cutter's like, fuck you.
Right. Exactly. All right, so he runs up and he goes at this thing with a nice solid hit.
Yep, crack just echoes off of him.
And then he is going to take he spins around and goes for a second attack. Actually, let's do it this way.
Oh, that is a hit as well.
Okay. Let me put this back on. Smite. There we go. All right.
Damn.
Yeah, that's another one too. You just hear Grimble, you hear this thing just thudding as he's hitting him, just boop, boop.
All right, and that is his turn.
All right, everybody, go ahead and roll initiative now.
Thanks.
We gotta do it for our 2 people.
Yay! God damn it.
Oh God, what'd you roll?
Fucking one.
Oh God, me too.
What the hell?
Hey, both you guys go ahead and give me d20s.
Oh, mine landed barely off the sheet, but mine was a 14 too. Let's see. Let's try this again.
John, you need a roll for Ricard, or did Cliff say? Yeah, I just rolled for
Oh,
mine,
he would
but-
have to.
or
You rolled for
Ravage.
Ricard. He would have to roll for Ravage.
Yeah. So many names. Our two backups rolled the same.
So helpful.
And let me get it back up to the top because fucked up. What is the first one? 2. Okay. It's almost like there's a lot of people playing right now. Really weird.
Oh, hold on, Cliff. I think I have to roll this separately. I think it did the damage, but I have to see if he saves against this. Was it success or fail?
He failed.
Okay, so then he is frightened.
Okay.
Well, you got a scary mace, I see.
Not the mace.
No, just you.
Scary face.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly.
That's just my face.
And Vakta, you see this knoll casting something at you, and you see this beam coming directly at you.
Don't let it hit you.
Fire in his faces.
It's like she's getting what I'm saying now. And this hits you, this beam of energy, and as it does, you immediately start to feel nauseous, and you feel this burning sensation course through your veins. As it scurries backwards slightly. Batsu, your turn.
Going on this guy. Target again.
And that is a hit. As is that, just barely.
Oof. These rolls.
So as you hit it, that last hit, it kind of just lets out this exasperated breath. And as it does, you see it just kind of slump down into the mud.
Going after the next guy.
I'll wait till after his turn.
And that's a hit.
Mm. Yep. These
What is
ones.
with these ones? Come on, Sid, get your shit together.
Doing great. Keep it up.
I mean, 11 damage still, but damn. All right.
Cliff, one
And-
thing before.
Yeah.
I forgot that on Vardrock's turn, that's when Cureless shit activates, right? If she wants to take an action right after his
Correct,
turn.
yeah.
Okay, so then she would use a minor heal targeting Grimble, since he looked like he got the worst of it.
Okay.
And confirm.
Accurate. Limping away.
All right. And yeah, and actually speaking of that, what initiative did you roll?
One. So it
Fuck are you at?
combined
Jesus Christ.
like 2.
You have a 2 total? Okay, so she needs to be
Yeah.
a
All the way down
1.
there.
Okay. All right, so Vardrak, out of the bushes near you, you hear like this snarl, and you hear the slapping sound of someone running through the swamps as you see this burly gnoll, similar to the one that you guys seen in Donovan's lair, come bursting out, just running at you full steam.
The leader-looking one.
Yep.
Okay.
It looks like it's burly and old.
Mm-hmm.
I seen earlier.
Oh, he got that thing again.
Burling straight at you. What the hell is this thing doing?
Can I do
Mark, are you okay?
He's just.
Hold on. We're gonna use something here.
He's gonna hit him with that no you.
Okay, so pop the first spell. All right. Getting a +5 from shield. So that should put him up to 28.
When are you doing it though?
When he saw them coming at him, even though that first hit hits regardless, like he would have did it like right away.
Okay, so the second one didn't hit you then?
Yeah.
So where are we at here? That. Okay, so okay, so yeah, so you see, God damn it, Sin. So you see the gnoll come running, the same one that you've seen before, and you see he cocks back with this same 3-headed flail that you've seen from before. And as he hits you with it, the first one when it hits, you see that powder bust out of it, and you know to turn your head away from it. You immediately cast a shield on yourself just as the second and third blows are coming, and you're able to deflect them with your shield. And you just see this thing just frothing, just standing there, looking eye to eye with you. It's your height.
Grimble will see Vardrak have this menacing smile grow on his face as he's looking back at this thing. And this is when you know he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it took that long to find out. And Vakta, it's your turn.
Melissa,
You're
I think
muted.
you're muted.
I just went to make the map bigger and clicked on the one behind it, so I'm getting back to it in a moment. My bad.
Stop breaking shit.
Okay. I'm ruining everything. All
We
right.
know.
I'll move here. And swap out for my bow, because I'm not getting near that fucker. Not forget to target him.
That's good.
And advantage, because Batsu's right there. It's not rolling advantage when I click advantage. So I
I'm
don't
just
know
gonna
what's...
go ahead and say that you probably have disadvantage from something. You do, because you're poisoned.
Okay, I wasn't poisoned last time, which is why I was...
You were poisoned as soon as you got bit by the croc. Oh no, you weren't.
No, I was poisoned
It was
when
from that last
the-
spell.
Yeah, so it didn't... Okay. Does a 19 hit?
Hold on, I see what your issues are here. For one, you're still invisible. You're still prone.
What?
All right. 19 does hit.
Okay. So, sneak attack.
what you get for fighting naked.
Yeah, well, fuck off.
It's freeing. Yeah, so Batsu, you hear Vakta just run up, and you hear her knock an arrow, lets right into the chest of this thing, that kind of growls, and it like looks over at her, and it looks over at you.
Bitch.
Looking at the normal.
Anything else you want to do?
Keep looking back at me.
That's
Ignore
all
her.
I got.
Okay.
No, 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 no.
You sound like my cat when he's in the car.
Oh my god, that was too accurate.
No, 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 no.
I make fun of my cats all the time. I've perfected the sound. I also have no life. I'm sorry.
One of us. One of us.
Oh.
Haha! Fuck you, shaman!
And you see the shaman casting something at you, and it's like chanting, and it kind of distracts you. And as it does, you hear the shifting of this gator as it goes to snap you with its tail. And you dodge from that, and as you do, it just lunges forward and grabs you again. And you are now restrained once more.
Did that do damage? Yeah, that did. I'm gonna use my Von's amulet.
Okay. And you want to explain to everybody what that does?
It's effectively just an amulet of protection, reactive heal. How much did we say it was? I don't remember. Was it 1d8?
I don't either. If you click on it, it'll just do it.
I did.
Hold on, I'm gonna switch your thing over here
Oh yeah, there it is.
to this. So you want to do that little plus sign. Make sure you're targeting yourself. I think we decided you have to do.
Oh shit.
Oh, there you go. So like anybody, no one's seen this. No one's seen this, but if anybody was looking, they would have noticed that from inside of the mouth of this gator, this light kind of flashes out, almost like someone, like if you were to burn gunpowder, like the flare that it does real quick, just that flash. That's what you would see come out of its mouth. But no one's seen it. It is Rakar's turn.
Yep. Boom, boom, boom. And he is casting Word of Radiance. So each creature of your choice that you can see within range, which is those three lined up. And
all of them saved.
wow.
Damn.
Rip.
The giant crocodile almost didn't save. He was just at the save mark. But all of them saved.
What did the no shaman roll?
23.
Oh, that's what it rolled to try and save against it. I see.
Yeah. So this shows what they rolled to save against, and then versus his passive, which is 10.
Yeah. He's doing his best.
He's trying, y'all.
He's trying.
Anything else you want to do? Does he have any bonus actions or anything he can do?
Yeah, I'm debating if I want to do it or not. Fuck it.
Help.
Yeah, pretty much.
You gonna cast Spare the Dying?
Not yet.
Oh,
Not
healing
yet.
word. Oh, nice. Okay, there you go. There you go. You should have did that last round too, you greedy ass.
He's
I could
trying
just
to
see
help
him
with
like
the damage.
begrudgingly like I guess I'll give him health.
That's one of his.
Hey
two
you.
spell slots
Hey
now.
dwarf. Dwarf, you look like you need this.
Just a bit.
The pain of these jaws clamping down on you is completely masking the fact that you were healed at all. And Ravage's turn.
He's just ow, 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 ow. Thanks, ow, 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 ow.
Let's see. His speed is probably not enough to make it over there. I guess he's going to. Can he walk over, pull his javelin out of that previous crocodile, and use it to throw at another guy?
Yeah. We'll say that as a bonus action, he pulled it out of the corpse and then ran over there and threw it. Yeah.
Perfect. Action. Aw. I assume that's a miss.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Okay.
Right, so you see this javelin just come flying between you and this knoll, just off in the distance. You hear it splash into the water.
Did in between me and the knoll?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he like takes a step back, like, okay.
And you see this giant. You see this giant bugbear just standing there, like, ah!
Doing great, man.
Swing
And Grimble, go ahead and give me an athletics check, please.
Haha!
Nice.
And you manage to, again, pry yourself out. That little bit of extra burst from your amulet and from the healing, you just.
Okay, let's try this again. Only this time, reload, then fire, then reload. Well, no, I take that back. Reload, fire. Take this,
That's a hit.
son of a bitch. And then, yeah, I guess I'll reload it again. So,
Okay.
Gribble should be healed for 5 more than he got.
Why is that?
Spell says 1d4 plus your spell casting ability modifier.
You
It's
built
5.
this. How did you break this?
That's the one I told you we needed to talk about because we had that discussion on how
Hey,
to add up
good
the
talk,
damage.
man.
It's the same way with the spells. We just never talked about it.
Which one was it? Healing word?
Healing word and cure wounds both have the same plus your skill.
So healing word should be plus his what modifier?
Spellcasting ability modifier.
Which is?
It's a +5 right now.
No, what is it? Wisdom? Is it?
Gets wisdom for a
Yeah, wisdom plus proficiency, I think.
It'd be +3 if it's his ability casting modifier.
It's not the. Okay.
and then I do have a bonus action, right?
I mean, you have bonus action. Like everybody has the ability to do it, but I don't know if you have anything that you can do.
Second wind, fighter ability.
Okay.
Yeah. Aha. And then, can I move without taking an opportunity strike because Rardrock's right there?
No.
Okay. Wait, didn't I have a thing that let me do that? Hold on.
You can disengage, which is an action, or sometimes you can do it as a bonus action depending on your class, but you already used your action and your bonus action, so you
Yeah.
can't disengage.
Okay.
Let me put out there that he's also frightened right now, so he would have disadvantage on his opportunity attack against you at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm doing okay. I'm only down 20 now.
And-
Okay, I'm done. Then.
All right, and Bardrock, your turn.
Okay. We're looking at this. Nope. Double click. Motherfucker.
You having trouble, buddy?
There we go. And let's untarget.
You got them both. Okay, there you go.
There we go. So yeah, this guy. Yeah, let's see what happens here.
Hell
Oh, oh, Daddy like.
yeah.
I guess I need to maintain my concentration because that croc is gonna swallow this dwarf if I don't. So yeah, I'm not gonna do.
I need another 22 after you do your damage roll.
Okay. So I will activate my divine smite.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh, this is gonna be a hefty one. So that should be okay.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
That's pretty
felt
good.
Whack.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
So did the 50-foot demon when I hit him, so.
You
Still
didn't all.
smug.
It's
There's
cheating.
my-
I'm
Well,
still
a lot
smug.
more than that.
I'm still smug.
That's my second d20 roll there, Cliff.
Yep, I got it.
Going for his second attack.
That's a hit as well.
Okay. Yeah, we're
Poor
gonna,
thing is still alive.
Yeah, right?
divine smite.
Oh, he's attacking the knoll.
Yeah, the burly knoll.
I thought you just smashed that gator.
Okay, so it should be. There we go.
Nothing too big.
Yeah, so like you're exchanging blows with this thing, and it's like it's just taking the hit and it's still snarling at you. You see no resistance in its stance.
All right. And let's see. I didn't take a bonus action. Yeah. Should I? Fuck it, why not? We'll burn 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell. Let's do. Yeah, I can wait to do that next turn. Okay, so we're gonna do firebolt. Oh, that's terrible.
That's a hit though.
Oh, hey, cool. All right, 12 more damage. Now he's done.
Yeah, so you see like his furless catch fire, and this thing just kind of like brushes it off, and he snarls. He cocks back his flail at you. It is Keirla's turn.
Yeah, let's see here. We're going to. She's going to place Guardian of Faith. Is there space between Grimble and the Croc?
So Guardian of Faith, I think, casts on her.
Oh, it's.
Oh no, it's an unoccupied space anywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
There would not be space between the two of you, but you could do it like adjacent to you two.
Okay, yeah, let's put like adjacent to us.
All right, and what do we do for this here? Shield. Lies with the symbol of DD. So anybody who moves within a space for the first time has to make the save. So. All right. And we are back up at the top now.
Wait.
All right, and me see here. Where is this guy at? All right. Nope. Did that wrong. There we go. So you see this you see this gnoll like gouge its own chest, and it like paints a symbol in the sky with the blood, and as it does, you see the eyes of the crocodile in front of you, Grimble, just start glowing red.
Shit.
And Batsu, your turn.
Yep. All right. Oh, this guy needs to die.
I mean, but does he need to die? Doesn't everybody deserve a chance to live?
Nope.
He's dead.
Incorrect.
I mean, I was just asking. I was asking, guys. I don't know.
The answer is no.
24.
Yep, you're good.
Here's those sixes.
Yep. How far away? 45. Perfect.
And I got some for you over here.
As he's running, you just hear his knuckles crack and he lets off a little yell. Not as strong as Vardrock, but. And
What the fuck is that? Is there a kid in the woods?
don't I thought I had something to activate that. Where's
You can change forms, but you can't change your voice.
Also
I
not
guess.
true.
Oh, there they are. Okay. Did I? No, that
But
wasn't.
can he change it
That's
in the
it.
one place that counts?
Yes, he can. We've already found out he can change singular body parts. We found out with the arm, but I'm assuming that it's global. That is a hit.
Especially with the ladies.
Doop doop.
13.
That's a hit too, just barely.
All right, but wait, there's more. Doing my action surge too,
Oh, shit.
because fuck these shamans.
Right?
Ooh, wait, that's a hit.
That's a hit. Yep.
Ooh,
Nice.
Batsu's like, fuck you in particular.
got him.
Oh.
Ugh.
But wait,
Yes, you. You don't have any more movement left, do you?
no
Oh,
movement.
that's 5
Got
feet. That's
this.
funny.
Oh god,
That's
he
a hit.
slipped out again.
I still do not understand how many attacks you get in a round.
If I activate everything, a lot.
You,
I
you
get my
didn't
knuckles.
activate everything. You didn't activate your gloves.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I didn't hear you say you crack your knuckles.
Yeah,
the
on
Okay.
the run over there,
cross.
along with the little run.
He
Or
did.
with the
Okay.
squeak.
Okay. Okay. You're good.
And
Have my suspicions.
I do. I reserve the right to have these suspicions.
all right, that's it.
Yeah, so you guys see Batsu just strike down this knoll with a single blow, charge across the swamp, skid across the path, hit this other knoll, knock it down, and then immediately turn his attention and hit this gator, all within like a 6-second blur.
And at the end of it, he's just bouncing back and forth like, woohoo!
Ah.
Rimble looks up at him like slightly amazed. He's like, you couldn't have done that like 2 minutes ago.
Cocky little smooth.
Never good enough.
Needed some damage to be done to you for a little bit.
Earn your place here.
He looks down at his leg. He's like, a little. Just like torn out.
Meanwhile, this thing, you're seeing this gnoll with the flail just swinging at Vardrak and him dodging back and, blocking the blows with his shield. And this thing is just going to town, just doom, doom, doom. Bacta, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to move here to get a better shot at this gator. And I will hopefully hit it and kill it.
The hit part you got.
Yeah. Let's see.
Kill it.
Working on it. Gotta activate all my shit.
Kill it with dead.
Did I kill it with dead?
You killed it with dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gribble, you just hear this arrow just flies, like, you feel your beard kind of get tossed up in the wind as this thing kind of skims right past you and lands in this gator. And it just gurgles a little bit, and you see it kind of keel over on its side into the swamp, and it starts floating away a little bit.
Bitch.
Anything else you want to do, Vakta?
That's all I got. I got one thing.
All right.
But you do it.
Rakar, time
Damn right I
to
do it well.
show what you got, Rakar.
Your time to shine.
Raise it from the dead. Wait.
Wait, what?
This time the spear goes into it.
Why are you doing 2 heals? You're sitting there laughing, but I'm not hearing anything, so you're muted.
All right. Yeah, the first one, that was a misclick.
Yeah, okay. I get to take 5 hit points away from her. Hold on, wait, did that take it away or did that add it to her? Wait a minute. All right, we're good.
Then when we cheat.
I cheat if I want to. Anything else he wants to do with his bonus attack? Bonus action, rather? Besides talk on mute?
That's it.
Okay. And it's Ravage's turn. Ravage is currently 45 feet away from that guy. His javelin, though, is up in the north a little bit. He has no javelin right now. Well, does he have 2 javelins or just the 1?
He's got, you put 2 on him.
Okay, so he only has 1 right now because the other one is floating in the water somewhere.
Right. It's a speed of 30. Okay, and we didn't get him a polearm, did we? Well, he has a spear. Spear has reach, right? Going versatile. Oh, reach. What? Okay. Well then, he's just gonna toss another spear here then, or javelin, whatever.
That's a hit.
Wow.
And Vardrak, through like all of like the blocking of these blows, just over your shoulder, your left shoulder, you just hear this. As you see this javelin just get thrown in, and this gnoll just breaks it off out of his shoulder.
Alright, that's it for him.
So he has 4 javelins total, and now he only has 3. Technically 2, till you go pick up the other one.
No.
Alright, and Grimble, it is all up to you. Everything rests in your hands, the fate of the world, on this one move.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
What is this?
And Grimble goes.
I am
now,
done
just being
fucking
dramatic.
around here.
And don't worry, he's only 10 feet away from you. You can make it.
Motherfucker.
Oh god.
So hold on. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So your gun is broken.
No,
Wait,
no,
how
it's a
many
misfire. I need to do a roll with the Tinkerer kit to try to repair it. If that fails, then it's broken.
Well, so it's out of commission until you repair it, is what I was trying to say.
Right. Yeah, correct. It's not
Yeah.
completely broken. It's just misfired.
Jake, how
Yeah,
many?
I got you.
How many player points do you have?
Now 2. Thanks, Bob.
I mean, spend
Yeah.
those last 2. It's up to you though.
Does that just let me re-roll that?
Yes.
Yep.
Fine.
Come on, don't be a 1.
That is a hit.
Yes.
Ah.
So that's plus.
So make sure
3
you
to-
do the right click and click, the 3 times.
Huh. Fuck you.
So you guys hear Grimble like moaning and groaning about something, and you see him draw his weapon. He fires, and he's like, click. And he's like, oh no, not again. He like, shakes it, he clicks again, and then it's boof, this giant burst of smoke flies out. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I don't think there's anything.
You want to hobble anywhere?
Yeah, we'll hobble back a little bit. We'll just get some
Don't
distance.
don't overexert yourself here.
Get
Here,
some
snap.
Get some distance in between me and the thing, just in case. And I think that's all I can do. Do I want to action surge?
I mean,
Do you?
Well, wait, no. Well, so that violent shot was only 1 attack, right? So I can still.
Correct.
Okay.
But
so
you're
then,
on a misfire, so you have to take the rest. Actually, I think if the misfires, I don't know if you could do a misfire as an attack.
well, would that still count as a
or if
misfire?
that's
'cause
a
you
full
fire points to
action.
reroll it?
What? That didn't
Oh wait, no,
actually-
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're good. So you didn't
Yeah.
you could still reload and do your second attack.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll do that.
Sometimes I don't
Reload,
think.
And then take another shot.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me a d20. And go ahead and whatever attack you plan on doing.
It would just be a normal shot at this point.
Oh yeah, you have to burn your points before. That's right.
I mean, I still have 2 more grit I could technically use, but
Well, no, you have to do the grit before you roll your attack. I think.
oh, right, yeah, okay.
But yeah,
so
that's
that-
still a critical. So go ahead and let that bullet fly. Yeah, and you hear an even louder boom come out this time, and you guys just smell like the burning gunpowder, almost sulfury smell in the air right now. As there's just these bellows of smoke just all around you guys. All right. And did you want to do an action surge, or are you good? How many action surge do you have?
I just have 1 right now.
Well, you can only do that. Is it once per?
It's once per long or short or long rest.
Okay, so you already did that though, right?
No. No, I did second wind before.
Okay, I gotcha.
That was my heal, and action surge is a different one.
Yeah,
Okay, I gotcha.
Us too. I did not know that.
Yeah, fighter has action surge too. Yeah, and I'll be done. There.
Okay. And Vardrak, you're hearing all these loud bangs and shit in your ear, and smelling all the gunpowder burning, and you got this giant gnoll creature smashing you with maces on your shield.
He's in heaven.
Oh yeah, he's enjoying every moment of this. So yeah, he's gonna go for a swing.
That's a
I'm
hit.
pretty sure that's a hit.
Boom, 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 crash.
All right, we're gonna divine smite it, and then let's see here. That's gonna be a
For the
third-
record, paladins are so broken that they can choose to do divine smite after they know if they hit.
Yep,
That's
but
so
only
broken.
divine smite. Other smites, no, I have to declare it beforehand.
Right, I know. I'm just saying, like in general though, they're the only ones that have like a thing where it's just like, oh yeah, I hit, so I can do this shit. Well, yeah, clerics too, Bob, but they're one and the same. Paladins are, you know, clerics that had sex with fighter.
Pretty much. And then he's gonna go for his second swing.
And you hit, you swing, and you feel your hammer like going off course, and just out of nowhere, like you feel like this intervention of fate as your hand recorrects itself, and you smack this thing and hit it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're now that yeah, we'll just do another third tier slot here. Reactivate divine smite, and let's see how hard we can crack this thing in the fucking face here.
That hard.
All right. All right, it's still standing, right?
It's still standing. Yeah, I mean, looking at this thing, like you don't see it slowing down, but you can tell it's pretty bloodied.
Okay, so as his bonus, sucking up a first tier slot, we're gonna do spiritual weapon.
That's a hit.
Oh, man. All right, so yeah, he like makes like this whipping gesture with his hammer, and then like his hammer's still in his hand, but like a ghostly version of it comes flying out and just nails this thing right in the face. And then just kind of hovers there. And he's done. Yeah. Is anybody still looking bloody or fucked up?
No, I mean, you can see that some people have, you know, they're hurt a bit, but nobody looks in any kind of dire need.
Let's see. She's going to, Kiera's going to use, was it Orison?
Horizon.
Yeah, Horizon. She's going to put that on Batsu. It looks like he's getting ready to go in again.
How far away is he from her? No, bring that back over here. Okay, yep, that can work. So, Batsu, for your next, on your next attack or saving throw, you can roll an additional D4 on top of it.
For
Only the
damage or
attack roll, not the
hit
damage roll.
Okay.
And speaking of that, it's your turn.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Yep. He runs over. He sheathes his sword, starts like rubbing his fists together, and you see those sparks from his new bracelet start going off. And oh,
God damn it.
Don't forget your plus D4.
Yeah, plus D4, don't do shit on this. So yeah, you see Batsu walking over all cocky, and his foot just sinks in this one area of the mud, and you just hear like a as his foot gets sucked down, and you see him kind of bend a little bit, and he kind of winces in pain.
Oh.
all right, let's take it. Half my movement speed is still isn't that bad.
He's hobbling over now.
Now
I
you
need
know
another
what it's
D20
like.
Hey, before you do that, I need another D20.
Oh yeah.
It could be much worse. Oh.
Car, why are you fucking me?
I
Alright,
All right,
27.
but yeah, that 27 was a hit.
Alright, didn't need to do too much.
Yeah, so as you run up, you see this thing still just like swinging, like no resistance in its blows. Like it's still moving at like a good strong pace, but you could see that it's bloodied and it's hurting. And you just walk over to the side of it, and you just take your hand and just punch like right underneath like its arm, like in the armpit area, in the softer region, and you hit it. And as you hit it, you just see like it like stop, and it just kind of boom falls out. If anybody wants to roll a medicine check, they can. See what just happened there.
If anything, Vardrock is going to use his spirit mace, and he's just going to like, he looks down at the burly knoll, and he wants to take the hammer, is going to like point down and then start slamming into his head, like goes back up, slams again repeatedly.
Yeah, so you're seeing Vardrock just mushing the shit out of this thing.
That's fine.
Grimble would probably go and try to skin the crocs to get some of their hide for weapon materials.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a check with your tailoring kit. I'm gonna have to remember to build these battles in encounters from now on, so I can easily give you guys experience, because we moved to experience now.
I don't have a tailoring kit under skills. Would that be inventory?
No, it should be under skills, and if you don't have it, then it's your GM's fault.
Take that guy.
Oh wait, no, because we decided that you have proficiency with tinkers, with alchemy, and you know how to use Smithy's tools. You don't have anything for.
I have leatherworking tools. Would that work?
Oh yeah. Sorry, that's the same thing. I just called it the wrong damn name.
Okay.
You just don't have it on.
I just don't have it
as a skill. Yeah, hold up. You do. You just don't see it. I'm not typing anything right now. See, it's right there. It's in alphabetical order, so if you look, it's
yes, okay.
yeah, there at the bottom. Yeah, see, you can see where it's at. You got
Okay.
this.
Woo! I suck at this.
So you mangle the shit out of this thing, trying to get like the between what Vardrock is doing and what you just did. Yeah, like these gnolls they're hit.
What the hell are you guys doing? They're dead.
Hey, he's only mashing the gnarly knoll, not the crocs.
All right, you guys do you. I'm gonna go over here and see if they have.
I'm a
anything.
gunsmith, not a leatherworker. Damn it!
Looting the rest of whatever knoll is left.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me an investigation check at disadvantage, seeing as these things are fucking just completely obliterated right now.
Not bad.
No, 15 is pretty good. CR 16. Come on, guy, why are you doing this to me? Why you do this?
All I wanted was a new grip from me gun.
Why did you
So close.
stab it repeatedly?
I tried. The tendons were too tight. I'm not used to these big ones.
I'm gonna go with it was payback. I'm just gonna go with that.
I'm just like kick at its jaw to try to get a tooth, just cause.
So you guys, through search and everything, for one, let's go ahead and I think this should bounce it. No, not there. Okay, this is gonna go here.
Bardock's gonna pick up his the burly one's like weapon hand and see if his flail disappeared like the last one.
It did.
Okay.
It's almost like if you guys like took the time to figure out what these things were, you might be able to actually figure something out about them. It's really weird. I know. So we'll do this and boom. How does this work? Award. There it is.
Ooh.
Da-na-na-na.
Wait, I don't see it.
Because you got nothing.
You don't see it in the chat? In the
okay,
Fantasy Grounds chat?
I thought it was gonna be like a little loot window like last time.
No. And just to redo this because I haven't done it yet. What is your guys' new marching order going to be?
I am in the same spot, right in the back of the car.
Since Grimble knows his way around, Vardr's is gonna be right behind him. Maybe riding a little bit closer this time.
Yeah, Vakto's gonna be somewhat nearby, like behind or next to them. And she's looking a little queasy and pale.
Can anyone do anything about my leg?
I don't feel good.
That's just something you're gonna have to heal.
I'm
Naturally
pretty sure I'm poisoned. Can anybody fix that, please?
That leg issue you got going on there looks like probably gonna take like an entire session to heal.
Damn it, Jason. I hate you so much.
I don't feel so good, guys.
And through your findings on the knolls, the shamans, the one that wasn't butchered, you found that it had some different sorts of like bags over in the area where it was standing at. It had like this small little pile where it looks like it maybe raided a caravan or something, and they were destroyed weapons, and you could see that they were like staves that had been chewed on and gnawed all the shit. But you did manage to find a decent amount of money.
Sweet.
What's the conversion ratio of gold to plat?
10.
Okay.
It'd be more, but it's not.
We
And
killed
you
them all,
guys
but
were
they're
at this point, you guys are a little bit winded. Your traveling companions look a little bit, horrified at not only what's going on here, but Vardrak repeatedly smashing this thing's head in.
Done. He stopped after like 20 or 30.
Hey, John, high or low?
Hi.
Go ahead and roll me a d4.
right in the middle.
All right. So yeah. So the captain of the crew, he's like, I've heard stories of gnolls before, but I've never actually seen one up close. They're wretched.
Yeah, we've encountered these before.
Not my favorite.
But that's all right. If in our journeys, if something like this happens again, just take cover, wait for us to deal with it. We'll be fine.
I wish we could be more help, but I'm not much of a combat specialist.
No, the most help you can be is staying alive. And Vardrak is kind of like examining Vakta and everything.
And he's also doing it medically, right?
Somewhat.
I don't mind the roaming hands, but if they could cure me, that'd be great.
He's
In her
like,
head,
"What?"
you're hearing like, "Damn, girl."
He's, what are you feeling right now?
I know what poison feels like. I don't feel good.
And it feel a lot like sepsis.
Vakta knows what poison feels like. Okay, Cliff said I would. Like weeks ago with some other combat. I don't know. But I remember it.
And I think that we actually had this discussion last time you fought the Knoll Shaman,
Yeah, I think so.
and you became poisoned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Station.
So he's like, like looking you over, and his hands start to glow, and you feel the familiar effect of his lay on hands ability, and you just feel like the poison just fading away.
Does lay on hands cure poison?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can use it as a cure instead of a
Instead of a heal, yep.
heal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you
You might
heal
have
her
to
instead.
subtract the 5. Yeah, because I don't have an alternate click for that. So I guess I could just take away the bubble and not actually.
Yeah, just click the bubble and then it'll show up in chat and then.
Yeah.
All right. Don't worry, I added that 5 damage back to her. Not just gonna let her get away with that.
Thanks.
Hey, you're welcome.
Vakta looks a little relieved and just kind of looks at Vardrak and says, "Thank you, dear." Oh, that's so much better.
Batsu in the back is like, Ricard healed you too. You want to thank him?
I mean, it is true. I did heal you. Quite sufficiently, I might add.
Thanks. She doesn't turn around. She calls back.
And, well,
like you already.
they're warming up to you.
Yeah, so much.
While Vardrak is still looking you over and everything, all of a sudden Vakta hears in her head again, those whisper sounds in the back of her head again. And then she starts hearing Vardrak's voice, and she's hearing just one thing after another very fast. She's hearing isn't she perfect? You have not given her a gift in too long. Are you going to lose her love because of this?
Probably.
Vakta gets a look of confusion on her face and shakes her head a bit and just okay, and then just ignores it again and doesn't say anything.
And abruptly, all of a sudden, this very strong voice comes in and comes through and says, "Douse the flame of hope." And then all of a sudden, you hear, "She's staring. Quick, say something." He's like, "You're so beautiful." Then you hear in your head again, "Good job."
Vakta just forces a smile and just nods at him and then just kind of looks away and mouths, "What the fuck?"
And then Varner just kind of like shrugs, like, and then walks off and is checking on everyone else.
So both Rakar and Ravage are level 3 now.
Okay.
What path are they going down?
I think Ricard can't really choose. It's just you start at level 1.
Well, no, you don't choose your domain until 3.
The 3, yeah.
No.
Ravage is going to do Path of the Totem.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. So, yep. So we do this, and we do this, and you said Totem Warrior.
Yes.
And there he goes. And wasn't Ricard doing death?
Yep.
Which one is that under?
Didn't see that one coming.
Which one is death under? Is that Xanathar?
I have no idea.
I believe so.
The grave domain, or is it death actually?
Death.
I think Death
Where's this
and
at?
Grave are 2 separate.
Oh, there it is. I got it right here. DMG.
Bob should know these things, but he's not listening to the stream.
How
Son
dare
of a
he?
bitch.
He's got it open, but he's watching DBZ Abridged.
Oh, that's okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
What? What? I'm not.
Oh, the only good abridged, Helsing Abridged. Okay.
Okay. So there you guys go. You guys can actually level your guys up later, but I got the basics out of the way in case, you guys get jumped by another band of gnolls or anything.
See, you say that like it's planned.
Oh, Jake, you'll learn. I don't plan anything. Yeah, so the the aura that you guys were feeling of something happening in the area is gone, and you're hearing the birds chirping. You still got that foul smell of death, like there's carcasses somewhere other than the ones that you produced.
Is Grimble like noticeably hobbling around on that ankle?
Oh yeah. His leg is tore up pretty bad. Even after the heals and it's no longer bleeding or anything, but you can see that it's pretty bad.
Vardrug looks over at Keeler and just take a look at that for him. And she's gonna go over to do a medicine check. But I don't know if I can do that from the sheet here.
You can, but I'll do it. Like, yeah, his leg's pretty bad off right now. I can heal to reduce the pain, but I think that it's something he's just gonna have to, for lack of better terms, walk off.
Patch it up and do what you can. Make sure he can put weight on it, if that's all we can do for now.
Who am I healing right now? Healing Batsu. That's not for you.
Thank you. Didn't
not
need
for
it,
you.
but thank you.
Not
Oh,
you.
great.
She's like, takes it back.
Let me just take the dagger and drives it into his leg. He's like, not you.
All right, well that's the best we're gonna be able to do right now.
All right. Let's get to a place where we can set up camp and get some rest in.
Are you guys gonna try to do it here in the swamp, or are you guys going to try to keep pushing forward to get out of there?
Out of the swamp would be best.
Does it look like? Do we get any kind of sense of like how much further we would have to go? like based on information that we would have gathered before about like how far away we'd be traveling?
Based on your knowledge of the area, well, the party's knowledge of the area, and your knowledge of how swamps are, you're starting to get the sense that it's drying up a little bit, like you're getting out of the swampy area.
I say we press on.
All right. Everybody saddle up then.
After all of that, though, I do smell a little something weird, so just make sure you keep your guard up.
All right.
He'll be a
Okay.
worrywart.
I'll keep an eye out as we move then. Do you want me to roll perception?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay, no, because that is automatically a 10 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue.
So it was a 16.
Yeah.
If you really want to split hairs over that one different,
I will.
okay,
Should be
then I will
doing
give it
better.
to you. Damn it, I will give it to you.
I'll take it.
You notice about as much as you would with a 15 roll, just slightly more.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So yeah, I mean, you guys travel through, and by the time nightfall comes, you guys have made it out of the swampy area, out of the wooded lands, and you guys are in this open clearing. And there's kind of an embankment that goes down, and off in the distance, a couple miles, you can see where the land meets the water.
All right, so Vardrek's going to look over at the captain, what is
Who
our
is
captain's
noticeably gleeful.
name?
Aw.
Like you
Good.
could see it like in his eyes that like oh, the sea.
Did we get a name for our dear captain? I don't.
No, I don't
Okay,
think you've ever even asked him what his name was.
By this
I
point, we
don't
would
do
have.
that.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By now you definitely would have. But yeah, so his name is Cyril.
All
You're a Rolf, I guess.
right. Yes.
Cyril, Seeral.
You're both totally gonna call him Cereal.
Shit. I wasn't, but now I am. You don't
You got another one,
understand.
Cliff.
We do this to people.
That's fine. It's your guys'
It's
loyalty.
gonna be bed sheets and Ned all over again.
Do I want to know?
His name was Bedkey.
The simple answer, Jake. Clear happened.
Yeah. Raina.
More importantly, did drunk Claire happen?
A lot.
Yes.
That explains even more.
So, well, we
Okay.
can take our last rest on dry land before we set sail, or we can just get on the boat and start trying to get some rest once we're already in the water.
I say camp before water.
Yeah.
I'm not too.
I agree that we should camp before. We want to get a feeling for the vessel invisible light before we take her off into the depths.
Right. Well, let's set up camp here on the beach, so at least
Cat.
we can see if anything starts coming for us.
Kind of like down where, just off of the ship, like as we're getting ready to settle down. Would I have anything that I could like set up some traps that would at least like make some noise if anything were to come near, or like lock them in place? Ideally, anything like that.
Muted.
Muted. Still muted.
Still muted.
Still muted.
You're fucking muted. You got you have rope and you have tools that you could craft a noisemaker with.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and set up just something that would alert us if anything came up.
Give me a tinker tool check.
Skills. Hey, look, that one's actually on there.
I can contribute a bag of 1,000 ball bearings, a bell, and string if needed.
Bell might be helpful.
I have a bell.
Yeah, so you guys can put together some makeshift perimeter traps.
Keep in mind, Asha's going to stay awake to watch us so we can get some sleep too.
And I can take first watch and...
No, Asha will be fine. If she sees anything, she'll wake us up.
Okay.
Like a squirrel.
During the night, I'm gonna
Just
do
hears
another.
this voice in his head. Squirrel, squirrel. God damn it, Asha, stop it.
Bartok, get up. God damn it. Runs off.
Try to like go out and calm her down. The rope grabs you by your foot. You're like, fuck!
Accurate. Stop squirming. You're staying.
Blacksmithing again tonight.
Go ahead and give me a blacksmithing thingamajigger. That's the official term.
Thingamajig.
And that is a fail.
Ooh, I'll reroll that.
You have bad breath. Why?
That's a success. And 20 experience.
Ooh, that means I am at 109 now.
All right, so you're going to have to find someone to be able to train you up to the next thing.
Yep.
And then you can start making +1 items. Ooh.
Ooh. Hey, Batsu. Hey, Batsu.
All right, and is anybody else doing anything tonight besides sleeping?
No, I need my stuff bags.
I get everything back on a short rest, except for health.
So does Vakta tonight.
You're welcome.
You don't get anything back for when you do your blacksmithing though.
I don't?
No,
that
all you
counts
can
as-
do is get health.
Okay, that's fine. Spent 3 key points.
Okay, so everybody else, which I learned how to do this, and I forgot how to do this. Where is it at? Is it here? Yes, it is here. Okay. Boom. And Sin's got to make this difficult being the only person who I don't have to do this for. Yeah, I think that should be everybody now. All right, so yeah, you guys wake up in the morning, and by the time you guys wake up, in Vardrock, you're used to being like the first one awake. You see that the captain is already up, and he's just standing at like the shoreline, and he's just looking out into the horizon. Like he's watching the sun rise over the eastern, horizon.
Vardrock will get up and walk up next to him. You ready for this?
More than you can possibly know.
Good to hear.
I do have one concern.
Speak freely.
I thought that there would be a ship here waiting for us.
Oh, no, he's seen the boat.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah, that's
said
right.
that-
You threw it on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Threw it on the ground.
Fuck this boat.
I threw the rest of the cake too.
Happy boat day to the ground.
He's like, whenever you guys are ready, I'm ready.
All right.
But I don't think that your pet thing's gonna fit on the boat.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I'll go let her know.
Can she possibly lead the horses back to the town or anything?
She should be able to handle that. So yeah, he starts walking away and see Asha perk her head up and then start walking over to her. And then he just kind of like gets down on a knee and he's like pressing his forehead to hers. And then like they're just kind of like staring at each other, like you know that they're communicating, but you don't know what's being said. And then she turns and starts heading over to the horses, and he's gonna go with her and help get the reins together. And then she just kind of like gets them in her mouth, looks back at the group one last time, and then she starts walking off into the forest.
And a single tear falls down her face.
Don't make it more sad than it has to be. That's not nice.
She's looking Bacta directly in the eyes.
I'm not looking.
And then out of nowhere, the ending sound from The Incredible Hulk starts playing.
Aw. And then Vardrak is going to go over and start getting everyone else up and ready to go.
Bacta, you notice in your pocket there's just a little wallet-sized photo of Asha.
You know what? I'm good with that one. That one's fine.
When Vardrak goes to get Vakta, he says, "You ready, my love?"
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Gribble just pops up out of nowhere.
Cocks an eyebrow, looks over it, just shakes his head.
He like doesn't even look at you. He just like wants to get some food. But he just like acknowledges you. Like yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, what he said. Sure.
And he like breaks off a piece of his bread from his morning rations he had started eating and like hands you a piece and sits down next to you. He says, "You ready for this?"
As ready as it can be. You know how I feel about ships.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on them myself since it's so much feeling of not having control.
It's more of a lot of water.
Yeah,
Water.
yeah, we had a bad experience with water, didn't we?
A lot of
Batsu is
water.
terrified.
Still thought that was just a one-day thing.
Oh no, that became
There
canon.
forever now.
Enjoy.
Hashtag character
As a
flaw.
matter of fact, give me a Constitution check.
Oh, jeez.
God.
Why you don't egg the GM on?
Give me a deception check. And anybody who wants to can try to do a perception check to see if you can see through this ruse.
Oh yes.
Oh. I'm supposed to be good at these.
I'm better.
Fardraw's
So-
convinced everything's fine.
Bacta, you can clearly see that something is bothering Batsu. He's not saying anything about it. He's not like shivering or anything, but you can just see kind of a look of, distress.
Gonna wait to bug him about it until they're on the boat. She's gonna be like, "What do you think?
Fake push him. No, what's the matter? What's the matter?
Isn't this great? Hey, come look over the railing with me. We need to have a chat right here."
Completely quiet, grabbing whatever's next to him, like for dear life.
I imagine once we get into the ocean and there's like just rolling waves that she drags him out. We're gonna have a nice talk on the railing, and he's gonna like lurch and grab, and she's gonna knew it. You a lying bitch. She's just gonna leave him there. Just walk off.
And Batsu, you notice Ricard just looking at you with this smirk like he knows something is up.
Bitch.
I just still like grabbing onto whatever is next to me, holding like my bag tight and flip them off.
The captain walks over to you guys and he's like, "So, based on where you said we were headed to," and he pulls out an old nautical map. It's like, "I've plotted 3 courses that we can take. It's going to depend on what you guys want to do." Boop, 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 doo, doo. Did that one go through?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a
Cool.
little small compared to everything else. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, our destination is Irathat, which is here. And he points on the map.
Mhm.
We can go out this way, cut through Ozo and Doolin, and get to Etherat. It would probably be the longest of the 3 options, which would take about 65 days. But it would be the safest. Other than a few days of a week or 2 maybe of dealing with the Arctic weather and maybe chiseling some ice, that would be the safest way to go. Our second option, we could cut between Ozo and Thodel, which would shave a half a week off. We could get there in about 60. But there's a little bit more risk of pirates and other things. Lastly, I don't really recommend this way, but we could pass through the Thodalian Pass, which would be about a 55-day trip and shave a full week off of the journey. But it is by far the most dangerous. With us not having any weapons on this vessel, it's something I wanted to let you decide which way you wanted to take.
So I'm guessing that because you mentioned weapons, this area around Thodel is at war.
Not at war, but there are more pirates there. In this section of the world, there are more pirates than there are anywhere else on the sea.
I say we take the long way around.
All right. Anyone else?
I agree. If that's the safest way, we don't have weapons. We should probably try to be as safe as possible.
Batsu?
Let's we could we could take the short way. We know how to fight.
I don't think that hand-to-hand combat's the type of fighting you'd be doing here.
Oh, no, y'all need one of these. And he holds up his gun.
And as impressive as that is, I don't think it bolsters the power nor the range of a ship's cannon.
Not yet. It will.
God. Yeah, I guess the long way. That's fine.
How familiar are you with this area of pirates? Like, what if... No, never mind. Too risky.
What were your thoughts?
I was thinking about commandeering a bigger boat.
Well, given the size of our vessel and the amount of people we have here, it's not wholly a bad idea. But the question of how kind of reigns merit.
How much does a boat cost?
Oh, I mean, if you want a good sailing ship, 10,000 gold. You want a good warship, 25,000 gold. Plus you gotta pay your men and stock the ammo and buy the cannons, and it's not a cheap life, but it's definitely a life of excitement.
Well, they say take the long way. We'll take the long way. That'll be our course. If we happen to come across an opportunity to maybe upgrade of sorts, then we will take it.
Well, whatever you want to do, I'm on board for it, but people don't take too kindly to you trying to commandeer their ship.
Oh, I don't expect they would, but I have the benefit of not caring.
The only thing I would say is that they have the benefit of numbers. I can remember holding 60 to 100 crew on ship, and every one of them would be willing to put their life in lines. I know that you guys are strong, but I don't know if you can face 100 people at once.
Never know till you try, right?
Well, let's get her into the water.
He picks up the crate and starts heading for the water, and he stops for a second. He says, our boat needs a name. What do you think? He's posing this question just generally to everyone.
You name boats?
That's the rumor.
Oh.
Every boat needs a name.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe put the boat in the water and let them see it in all its splendor.
Fair enough. He takes a few steps out into the water, and then he just kind of like chucks the crate. And while it's in midair, he's going to call out in Draconic. He's just going to say, ship.
And you guys see, like, as this thing is flying through the air, it's like starts unfolding, and you see this boat, this 24-foot long boat, just And then you see the mass just.
He turns back looking like kind of proud. He's like, well,
I'm not so good with the name thing.
Batsu, look like you got a lot on your mind. What are you thinking?
I'm just ready to go.
How about you, my queen?
She just kind of looks at it for a moment and stares and, I don't know.
All right. It shall be for henceforth named it Boat.
No.
By Queen's order. Okay, everybody on board.
The SS boat.
I was gonna call it Sea Froth, but boat works, I guess.
Oh no, sea froth is so much better. It could be sea froth.
Are you sure? Like,
Oh,
you
yes,
see Bardrock,
that's-
he's like about to etch it into the side of the boat.
BOTE. Perfect.
Yes.
So the captain's kind of standing there and he's like, I think we're gonna have to figure out where everyone's gonna be sitting during the majority of this. It looks like we're gonna be pretty crammed in here.
You see Vardrock get this smile on his face. He's like, me first, and then runs and jumps in the boat.
Where does he go to?
He just finds a spot in the back. He just
So-
kind of like spreads out. Like, yes, this is mine.
So you guys, per the DMG, I'm gonna go ahead and speak out of character for a second here. A folding boat's ship is 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep.
That's
This
Not-
is
very big.
Yeah.
the size of your guys' boat.
I thought it could change size. I swear Donovan was showing us different size boats.
It does.
This is the largest size that he told us of.
Oh.
Yeah. I found this out
And-
yesterday.
And so you guys can rest.
Oh.
You guys can rest calmly knowing that it fits 15 comfortably.
He lying.
Per the DMG.
Not sitting on anybody's lap. Unless it's Kira's.
Uh-uh.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yes.
She's a free agent. She can do what she wants.
Not why she works for me.
Hey, Batsu, where you want to sit
Hey, she works for me too.
Center, right in the center.
at? Just sitting against the mast, like.
Hanging on for dear life.
I figured
So the
Batsu
way
was
these
like,
type
he
of
liked to climb to the mast.
Yeah. So the way that these type of boats work, there are 5 sets of oars, and there's a steering oar which would be off back. The captain would normally sit on the steering oar, whereas the 5 crewmen would be rowing the boat. You sleep laying down between the slats of the actual seats. So like, Batsu, this is you not sleeping. This is you sleeping. Not sleeping. Sleeping. See all the comfortable room that you have for these 15 people?
Comfortably.
Keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it science.
It reminds me of my first house.
Yeah,
That fit like a whole 4 people.
comfortably.
It was comfy.
Comfortably.
It was comfortable for me.
But could
You're
it
gonna-
fit
you-
15 people comfortably?
Are you gonna diss my first house?
No, I'm asking you a question.
If they're comfortable with each other.
If they're comfortable with their sexuality.
Hey. It's
It's
not 2 dudes sitting in a hot tub 5 feet apart because I'm not gay. They're sitting next to each other going, huh.
You can tell who the homophobes are. That one. Caught him. So you guys push off and begin going further and further away from the shore. Batsu is sitting against the mast, looking backwards at the shore, just slowly making distance from you guys.
His eyes just get
Batsu,
wider.
what's going through your mind right now?
As we're going away, he's like, "Oh, if I really wanted to, I can run back. This isn't that far out. I can make it. No problem." Look back where we're going. Oh,
Batsu, you comfy?
yeah, this is fine. He like slumps down more.
Vakta's just smirking and she's got that I know, bitch kind of grin. Just like, yeah, you excited? It's gonna be like 2 months on this thing. Aren't you really excited? Doesn't that sound great?
Yeah, you guys are great. This boat, it's great. It folds up just by talking. This is all comfortable.
Yeah. Did you know that if it folds up with us on it, we'll probably die?
Bardra goes, "You better hope I don't talk in my sleep."
And Rakar's like, "Hey, Batsu, come look out the front here." And he starts going like this. And as he does it, the entire ship is just...
Oh no!
He just slumps
Captain's
down.
like, hey, knock that off.
That's not nice. That's
At this point, he's almost laying on the floor with just his head up. Nah, I'm pretty content right here.
Batsu's vision just turns to this. It's all blurry.
So, everybody go ahead and give me a constitution check. Batsu, you can do it at disadvantage.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's not great.
Oh.
Check or save.
Yeah, it's
check.
a check or save. Oh.
Welp.
Huh.
Fuck me.
Doing better than you.
Dude.
Well, compared to everyone
We're all
else.
just puking.
Yeah, so...
I'm chalking it up to being on a smaller ship than last time.
So, for the first week of you guys being out at sea, the waves are choppy, the boat is just moving all over the place,
Oh.
and fuck it, we'll do this real quick here, just for completion's sake. And of course, this fucking
He's good.
sadist fuck. Everybody except for Rakar and the crew. Wait. And Kirla are puking their guts out for the first week. Like, you guys are drained and dehydrated, and Kirla is, like, on medic duty, like, constantly trying to keep you guys hydrated and doing her best to remove the feelings that you guys have, and then it's like as soon as you guys are starting to feel better, you start feeling sick again. And like the captain's like eating like fish that they caught, and the smell of the fish, it just makes you even more nauseous. And the first week is really fucking rough for you guys. But don't worry. You got 5 more weeks.
Oh, good.
Yay.
So, go ahead and give me constitution checks again.
Great.
I don't wanna.
I almost rolled dex. That's different. Oh! Wow.
Ooh.
No.
Here's an extra 20.
Same. Hey.
Damn.
Got midway.
Batsu, no. he gonna die.
So most of you guys have started to get over the sick feeling, but you guys are still kind of queasy. You haven't got your sea legs. Like, you guys have mostly been sitting down. Like, the crew's laughing and having a good old time at your guys' expense. Vardrock, you started to finally learn, like, that you could use your lay on hands on yourself and completely, like, nullify the seasick feeling that you were getting.
I'm just gonna keep that shit to himself.
I would. I would try to use it on others.
Can I try to make something from my alchemist supplies that would like help settle my stomach or something?
Would you roll a 10 and a 7? Yeah, go ahead and do it at disadvantage.
Nice.
Dropped to
So-
20.
Yeah.
You found out that alcohol helps significantly in your case.
Damn dwarves.
I'm just gonna be smashed the entire time.
Yep. So the two feelings that you have, 15 days or so onto the water are either completely nauseous, seasick, or completely shit-faced drunk. Those are your two options that you have right now.
Drunk, obviously.
Like that was gonna be anyway.
I'm not gonna be helpful
But-
at all. Sorry, guys.
Batsu and Vakta have not taken this well at all and have both been hanging over the sides, barfing. Even to like the attempts of Vardrock's lay on hands on Vakta, like it relieves it temporarily and then it just comes back. And every time Batsu tries to like poke something at her now, like, aha, you made fun of me, now you got it. Then he gets it back and goes green in the face.
Bakta's trying to crack jokes at Batsu about, hey, you gotta stare at the water now, and then she just pukes more. Just not
Pushing back and
Right,
forth on
like,
each other.
Like that one Family Guy episode.
Where they drink
Where they-
Epicat.
Epicac, yeah. They're just fucking
I've-
projectile vomiting on each other.
Oh god.
The streams just start battling back and forth.
And
Never watched Family Guy.
Oh,
you
do I?
should YouTube that one scene.
No,
Mhm.
no.
And the captain actually makes a comment like, I didn't know that someone's skin could actually turn green, in reference to Batsu.
Don't do it often. I have no control over this right now. I'm surprised I'm not a mix of like 5 different races.
Oh, you. How do you know you're not?
Right. So the 18th day that you guys are on the water, it's super cloudy out. And by now, you guys are getting into the colder region up towards the Arctic area. And it's super foggy from the change of the warmer area to the colder. And visibility is really low. And the captain's telling you guys, like, over here to the north is the Great Ice Shelf. And rumor has it that the plane of ice can be found somewhere over here, though I've never heard of anybody that has actually seeked it out and came back to talk about it. Vakta, Vardrak, both of you are going to be probably extremely cold unless you have something to offset that. Batsu, you probably do too because you don't wear a fucking shirt.
Vardrak has his dire wolf cloak that he likes to wear in times like this.
And what does Vakta have? Anything?
I've got that white fox cloak and my blanket.
Okay, perfect.
Would I go
on, kid.
anywhere without my blanket? Come on.
Do you have your blanket in your inventory?
I
I
think
I feel like we need to
so.
add that to the inventory if you don't have it.
There.
I don't know if it's there, but I'll double check. I don't see blanket.
Oh my
anywhere.
god, yeah, you double check. I'm not looking through this shit. Oh my god.
Most of it I'm not even carrying.
Fucking pack rat.
Half the boat
I'm
is
a
vodka
rogue.
shit.
Not carry everything.
You're a terrible rogue, though.
I got some
You're
parts right, like the
Being
hoarder.
very, very quiet. I'm being sneaky. Clunk, 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 clunk.
That's Vardrak.
Hey, that was you too last encounter.
Probably because I was yelling at you.
Yeah, well, be nice.
And
Okay. I added the blanket. It is the most perfect blanket.
is that what you actually called it?
Yes.
Roll me a d10. Heavy ass blanket weighs 9 pounds too.
Why? Dude,
Filled with
It's a
dirt
safety
and
blanket.
even my weighted, like, I even have one of those weighted blankets, and it's not even 9 pounds. Jesus. It was
hasn't
sold as
been
a lightweight
washed in
material.
years.
The elf said it was a lightweight material, good for traveling.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he did.
You
I
baby.
remember my blanket.
You just got
So
pot
as you
rolled.
guys are
He can't recap last week, but you know.
You
Look,
remembered the
last week wasn't when I got my blanket.
note to self, if we want to get Vakta involved in the conversation, give her shit.
A house,
Got
a
it.
blanket.
So as you guys are, getting your warm gear together, and Grimble, you're fine. It's just like a nice cool breeze for you.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ravage. He's just like, yeah, it's fine. The captain's like, shh, shh, quiet, quiet, quiet.
Why?
And he kind of motions his hand towards well shit, which direction would we be heading in right now? We'd be heading east this way. So he motions to the south, and through the breaks in the fog, you guys see the faint outline of a giant ship in the distance. Go ahead and roll stealth checks.
Oh boy.
At disadvantage, Batsu.
Fuck. Pretty low.
Okay.
Woo-wee.
Well, that was lower. Wait,
Okay, hold on.
there we go.
I had an idea, but we'll wait on that. Never mind.
What was your idea?
It might draw more attention than like what time of day is it right now? I guess I should ask.
Right now it's like early. It's early morning. But you can't really see the sun or anything. It's just foggy. It's kind of it's hard to determine the exact hour that it is right now. You know, the sun came up not too terribly long ago, but you know, with it being nothing but ocean everywhere that you're looking.
Okay, so sun's not quite up and it's foggy. Can we tell that if it's like a warship? Like, can we see any guns from where we're at?
Give me a perception check. You specifically.
Can I have the captain? Because he was like he saw it.
You didn't ask him though. You asked me, which means that you're looking.
Okay.
So you can't really tell based on the outline of it. You could just tell it is a large 3-mast ship. Easily, 5 times the size of your guys' ship.
Can we make out any sort of symbols on the sails from here?
No, you're mostly seeing like a silhouette of this thing from this distance.
Okay, Vardrek's gonna just slap a hand down on the bottom of the ship, and then out from his hand, like darkness starts enveloping the entire ship. And no one can see through it, even if you have dark vision.
So that means that nobody can see through this thing, even you?
Correct.
And would it stay where you cast it at, or would it stay...
If you bind it on an object, it follows the object. So he's putting it on the boat itself.
Okay. So as you do that, and this blackness, this dark cloud starts swirling around, it's just eerily quiet, and you can't see anything, you can't hear anything. Basically, all you're hearing is just the sound of the waves. And then you hear this eruption come off from the distance. And in the water near you guys, you hear this impact and splash. And you hear the captain saying, "They're firing on us. Men, full speed ahead." And at this point, because the men can't see which way they're doing, it's hard to maintain a clear steer. Without sight, your dominant hand tends to pull, which can lead to rowing in circles.
Damn it, Vardrak.
Well, if the idea is to get the hell away, he's going to drop the darkness since they are firing on them anyway.
And at this point, you guys can see that the ship has passed you, but you see that it's starting to make an arc in your guys' direction.
Nothing I have can help here.
So tiny, why would they?
Well, They're firing on us, and I don't think we're going to be able to outrun them. He looks at him and says, Captain, turn the boat towards them to head them off. We're going to try and board them.
What?
I would strongly discourage that.
Or
still have
them
to make a
chase us
full-
down and keep firing at us at range, and we have nothing to fire back.
We have the advantage of moving in the direction we need to go, and they need to turn sail.
Do you think we could outrun them?
I think we have a better chance at survival attempting to outrun them than attempting to charge directly into them.
I would much rather survive than drown. I vote doing that.
But it's your discretion here. Give me the word, and I'll have them in turn.
If you think we can outrun them by heading in the direction that we're heading, then do that.
Another large eruption, and this one, cannonball lands right next to you guys. It splashes up, actually getting you guys wet.
Okay, let's go faster. Do you need help getting faster? I will help.
All right, men. Row until your arms fall.
Is there an extra oar or anything that Vata could grab and just start going? She's like, let's get out, let's go.
Well, I mean, so the way it's working right now is that each of the 5 crewmen are sitting between the oars on their rowing, but you could very easily sit next to one of them and you guys both grab the oar with one hand, and then you would just have to communicate your strokes.
Sure, I can do that. Let's go faster.
Grimble would probably do the same.
Everybody grab an oar. Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody go ahead and give me a... Everybody go ahead and give me an athletics. Vakta and Batsu at disadvantage.
Oh, no, I don't like this. I'm not good at athletics.
Nice. Great. Thanks, Dice.
Fuck.
We're not helping.
Yep,
We're
this
not helping.
button works that you gave me. Oh, I did.
Drop to 17.
Except for Vartra.
All the way.
Bardock grabs all 10 of the oars at once.
That's my husband. He starts rowing and Vakta's just like, oh. And just like loses pace. And the guy next to her is just like, no.
Even better yet, Vardock just screams and the oars know better.
Okay.
Okay.
Boom! Another explosion. This one hits right next to you guys again. Splashes on you.
No.
So you guys are moving in the direction you need to head to, and these guys are attempting to close the gap.
That was a very fast turn for a ship.
Well, it's all happening at the same exact time.
Cliff, as a heads up, I can't stay for combat if we do that.
Oh, there's
tonight.
there's not going to be much.
Okay.
We're almost done here.
Okay. I was looking at the time. I'm like, I need to go to bed.
Don't worry, you guys aren't going to last too long.
Oh, okay, good.
Comforting.
This is the
And before
public,
ending
and
session on the capture.
Yeah, so you guys head out, 2, 3, and anything else, Vakta, what's your range?
With a bow? Or what?
No, with a fucking dagger. How far can you throw a dagger?
60 feet.
Up to 320, but I think there's disadvantage once I pass a certain threshold. I don't know
Didn't you
what
get
it
that
is.
feat?
Not with sharpshooter.
Yeah, with sharpshooter should be 600.
I have sharpshooter.
Oh, hey.
With sharpshooter, you
I
can
can't-
shoot there. It doesn't necessarily mean it's 600, Sin. It's whatever the range of the weapon is. You just don't get the disadvantage for the larger range.
Yeah, and she has
I forgot I got that.
Not a long.
Long range doesn't impose disadvantage. It doesn't make my range longer, so it's just 320.
Okay, so this
Yeah,
ship's
yeah.
about 160 feet away from you guys if you want to try to take out its sail or anything.
Yeah.
How far?
160 feet.
Fucking
Are you going to try to run across the water?
I can make that.
You
I
guys
mean-
see
Oh my
Matsu
God.
crack his knuckles and just start running across the water.
Starts punching the boat.
I mean, that takes out
Christ,
my
Jesus
combat,
Christ.
make that shit in 6 seconds and have some fucking room to spare. You go punch it real quick and run back. I'd be like, all right, let's go. Actually, do we have any
If you want
explosives?
to do that,
Wait, no,
I
I
will
just
allow
had an
that.
idea. I had an idea.
Do we have explosives at all?
What if Vardrak either lights one of Vakta's arrows on fire, or he lights one of my bullets on fire, and we shoot at their sail?
I don't think you can light a bullet on fire.
Fire.
You know, you just
I'm
shove
a
a
pretty creative
fireball
guy.
down in the barrel and shoot it. You know, might work. An arrow might work.
I think the arrow's more probable. I'm willing to try that one.
Yeah, if he sees Vakta breaking out an arrow, he's going to just like
Just
snap
hold
his finger and the end of it just lights up.
Cool. Let's do that.
But what if they're friendly and they mistake us for a pirate ship?
I mean, you're just
to be
giving
fair,
me
they also
more
are
reasons
trying to
to
kill
fight
us.
it.
So fuck these assholes.
Yeah.
Well, here, let's see if they, let's see how they think about it. Oh, look, they shot another cannonball at you guys. I don't think that they're looking as amicably as you are.
Cool. Then I'm firing an arrow.
So,
I
do we
can't-
not have any explosives I can like toss up there?
I don't think you guys do.
I
Alright.
I
mean,
could be wrong.
my gunpowder.
Yeah, the guy has it. Plenty of
Got
that.
a stack of gunpowder.
You gotta
That's a
blow up
start.
in my hand if I try to light that.
Where they count as my ammo. I don't necessarily have one marked.
Go ahead and make that shot if you want, Vakta.
Sure.
Batsu, what are you trying to do?
like I said, I can make it there
Um,
and back with room to spare if I want to do this.
Okay, well, what?
How are you gonna get across the water?
I can walk on water.
God complex much.
Right?
Like I can fuck with their ship if we have the right material.
You're trying to blow a hole in their ship.
If we have the right material. I don't want to go up there. I'm not gonna go over there and punch it.
Cliff, did a 19 hit the sails?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I got.
It
but
doesn't appear
the arrow's
to.
on fire.
Give me a
We are using Vardrak's magic fire, not just natural fire. So if you're thinking
right.
about,
No, I got you.
okay,
It's not. It doesn't seem to really do anything.
Ah, fuck.
From what you guys could tell, it doesn't seem to be slowing it down.
I'm gonna keep firing.
Batsu, are you trying to do anything here?
I am so curious.
I'm so
looking through my
curious too.
inventory,
This
I don't
is.
think I got anything. Unless someone got like
Wait. Batsu, can you? How strong are you? Can you carry me?
not all the way. Actually,
I will go over there, blow a hole in that ship, and then you come back.
hold on, where's my calculator?
No, I can't stay up late for this. I gotta go to bed.
So
I think you gotta wait 5 minutes, Melissa. You gotta see what he's gonna do here.
45
I'm
normal.
not
then
saying
with the
you're only gonna
dash,
get 2 games of Grimble, but
that gets-
When I fall asleep at work tomorrow, I'm going to kill all of you.
so
You can
It'll be
explain
worth
to
it,
my
though.
boss. You can make it for my
Give her
loss.
my number. Give her my number. I'll explain.
I am maxing 360 if I do everything. And it
360
is
what? Movement speed?
uh-huh.
That doesn't sound right.
So movement and a dash, I could do that 3 times if I activate my haste and I activate my action surge.
Well, right, but then you wouldn't be able to do anything but move.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if he carried me,
Not do anything. He's putting a dwarf on his back.
But putting a dwarf on your back is doing something. No?
Well, he's gonna do that first, and then he's gonna like start firing off all that shit.
I mean,
Fuck
I
it, I
could
wanna
just
see
see
what's
it
gonna
from here
happen.
too. I have the range, don't I?
I just want to see what's gonna happen. Really.
I mean, I
Okay.
have sharpshooter.
Wait, hold on.
If it's a question of actions, then Grim will just run up and jumps on his back. Come on, Cliff.
Wait.
I'm cool with this.
So-
I want to see this happen.
So what- I can make it there, and I can make it there, end my turn there, do something, and make it back. Or I
Do
could
it.
do there and back.
What are we feeling?
I mean, I'm pretty fucked up from the boat ride, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to carry you.
No, that's fair. And I'm fucking hammered too, so
300.
I'm like shouting at us to like do this, but you guys are like, no, you're drunk. Shut up.
Just carry me over there. I'll kill them all with my gun.
I think I should be going. I can take them all.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start taking pot shots at the hull.
Varjak's like, Batsu, can you do it?
Give me the gunpowder.
Grimble? All right. He puts Grimble on the back. He slaps you in the ass. Go!
Okay, so Bardock used his action to
Yep.
put Grimble on your back.
Yep. And a bonus action to slap him on the ass.
I mean, I can try, but strength is not my strong suit.
Are you not ready yet?
God, I'm scared.
I drop Grimble. Give me gunpowder.
Would I be able to just do that?
I need like gunpowder in a bag with like some rope that I can light on fire.
Wait, I have bottles. Let's just make Molotov cocktails.
That works.
Melissa.
That would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would work.
For one, what is a Molotov?
This thing he invented.
Yeah, I just got the greatest idea.
Named it after my
Alcohol
ex.
is explosive.
I figure he would have come up with this like in his crazy experiments of like what might work as an accelerant for his gun. First he tried
Okay,
like
here.
liquid.
Do this. Give me an insight or a history.
What? Insight's not bad. All right.
Do insight.
Boom.
Okay,
Yes.
you know what this fire bottle is. We're gonna call it right here though, because I do not want to rush this. I do not
This
want
has
to
to
rush
be
this
delicate.
because this is gonna be good. This is not supposed to be anything like this. So, with that being said, thank you everybody that popped in tonight. Melissa, thank you for the 11 months.
Yeah.
So much better than the 11 months that John gave me.
Hey.
Try harder, John.
Yeah, I think I will.
Oh.
Little bit.
Oh, God damn it. She actually got the alert, you didn't. And she got the animated
right now.
pride banner. So yeah, thanks everybody that popped in here tonight. Thanks to everybody that was actually rolling on a table of fate. That was pretty fun. Everybody got hit with something pretty good today.
Thanks, Bob.
He already went to bed because. Yeah.
Don't hate on Bob. So we'll be back. Bob booted up Zoom when I needed him to, so Bob is bae.
I had just walked in the door when he was doing that.
Next week, 8 o'clock, we're gonna pick up right here in this ocean battle that wasn't even supposed to be a battle. And it was supposed to be just a tent scene, and you guys turned it into a fucking fight, you murder hobos.
We're not hobos. We have a house
Exactly.
and a castle.
That's true. So yeah, so we'll pick that up then. Jake, thanks for the stream loot purchases. Enjoy your cards and the animations that go along with it. I don't have anything else, I don't think. I want to do a new intro by the time next time comes around, so maybe I'll have that done. But I do want to rate out. I'm going to hit up Behold Roleplay again. We hit them up last week. They were pretty entertaining. So if you guys are enjoying the D&D action, hopefully you will continue to enjoy that just over there at their channel. Yeah, so that's all I got right now. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful night. See you next week.
Bye, everyone.